Hello, ladies and germs, and welcome to the Mehcast, and oh, what a motley crew we are.
Are we though?
Yes, we are. Anyway, previously on Dragon Ball Z.
Bowls.
Mario had bested the X-Nauts in the Boggly Woods, and now Grodus is receiving a report. What? Say that again! You can't get in touch with Lord Crump? You are correct, sir. We are investigating now. We should hear any time.
Sir Grodus, please allow me to enter.
Yes, what is it?
I have a report, sir. The crystal star in the Boggly Woods has apparently been taken by Mario.
What? You must be joking. What about Lord Crump and the Shadow Sirens?
I'm sorry, sir. Unfortunately, Mario laid a beating on all of them. He smacked them all with a giant hand. And, you could not imagine the amount of backhanding he delivered. It was so bad that YouTube had to censor it all.
How descriptive of you. Disturbing. This Mario character. What kind of... Speak up, X-Naut. What is the status of the other crystal stars?
I apologize, sir. We are still searching for the other crystal stars. Unsuccessfully, sir.
We knew of 3 of them. Hooktail Castle, Boggly Woods, and the one we got in Rogueport. That means there are 4 crystal stars left out there. And we will have them. Keep looking so that Mario won't beat us to the punch.
Yes, sir.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Mehcast, and oh, what a motley crew we are. I'm playing Halo again, and Kevin is playing Paper Mario.
Yes, I am. I presume the Twitch link is the same as ever?
Yes. The
Hi,
Twitch
Joseph.
link is the same, and I forgot to, I did forget to share that. Thank you for letting me know. My bitrate is in the red, even though I'm doing the same bitrate I always do. Thank you, Twitch. Thank you very, very much.
What happened in Twitch?
It's just saying that we're running at a low bitrate.
Yeah, Twitch. Twitch is bitch.
Okay, so explain to me, what exactly made you want to play Speed Racer?
People have been saying years ago that Speed Racer, the movie, was bad. Fuck you, it's good, fight me. But when it came to the game, for some reason, it had the reverse effect. It was not a bad game. Apparently, people have been saying it's halfway decent, it's good, it controls well, and it has good multiplayer. I thought that was all just lies, over-exaggeration, and joking up until I saw ScrewTech make a video review on it, and they said it was pretty good. Granted, I don't think that anybody thought that this game was better than, say, Mario Kart Wii, right? Because that was still out at the time. And I don't think Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing is out just yet.
Somebody just followed, and unfortunately I have the follow notifications too small, so I'm going to pop over to Twitch and see here. Charles Jessica just followed. Let's see. Account created January 10th, 2023. Oh, web designer and graphics artist. All I have to say is, if you interact and don't spam, it'll be alright, but I'm not gonna buy any of your shit.
Yeah, basically...
Sorry, man.
Yeah, basically people have been saying it was a good game years ago. I'm gonna see if that still holds up. And I got this for cheap, too. I think it was like $9.99 when I got it at half-price books.
Oh, and apparently the computer is now wanting to dance with Peach by using a hologram, making her dance with herself. So, gentlemen, before I continue, would this be considered self-cessed?
I will get out of this call right now if you even get deep into that
And
conversation.
I would do anything for love.
Oh, Peach is dancing
I
with
won't
herself.
do
Oh, that's why I'm asking.
That's just dancing with
Dancing
yourself.
with
I don't know how that's
myself.
any way self-cessed.
Look at my stream, because Peach is going to be dancing with a hologram of herself.
That's dancing by yourself. The fuck did self-cess even come from?
Probably time travel.
Who knows?
There is that one thing about being your own grandfather.
Yep.
Oh, for fuck.
Anyway, let's not delve too deep into it. Anyway, Peach is dancing.
Huh. Okay.
So, Gizmo, were you expecting this in the RPG?
I am not in any way looking at your stream.
Well, that's...
Charles Jessica says, "What's up?" Not much. How about you?
Funny. Apparently I can choose Speed Racer, Strixie, Racer X, and Jack Cannonball Taylor, a racer that nobody gives a shit about. This is all based on the
At least
movie.
they let you choose more than just one character right off.
I guess so, but
I mean, honestly, a racing game wouldn't be any good if they only had one character at the start. It's like a fighting game where you have to unlock fucking and like
F-Zero.
F-Zero.
Bite.
F-Zero has like 5 characters at the start.
And by the way, Gizmo,
3,
oh,
but it's
apparently the hologram dancing with Peach was enough to cause the computer to think that it was fun.
Okay.
The computer...
Call me crazy. Almost like the way this looks in the original version more than I like the upgraded version. Although the upgraded version has all these nice high-resolution textures that the original
and
does.
the computer may or may not be developing feelings for Peach. Meanwhile, with Bowser... So, Gizmo, do you think Bowser's going to start singing about peaches?
This is the RPG remake?
What?
What are you playing?
Thousand Year Door?
Then no.
I'm sad.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, and...
Superstar.
Oh, and by the way, here's the gimmick of Bowser's sections of Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door during the even-numbered chapters. He gets to do a platforming stage with infinite lives.
Oh, god damn it, I was expecting that to actually bounce.
And no, I'm not just doing that for quote-unquote comical effect. That is literally how... Oh, that is literally how the song...
Oh, god damn it.
That's literally how the song is tuned to, Alex.
Oh, that's,
What is this? What is this? The steering is better than it should be for a licensed game.
Yeah, I think people might not have bought that game just because of the fact that it was a licensed game, because you know how licensed games end up getting treated.
Yeah, true.
I wouldn't mind seeing a 4K for the Speed Racer film, even if it was mastered in 2K. Hey, like Speed Racer is of high enough visual quality, hey, that you can kind of wring some HDR out of that, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, I want there to be a legit Raw Thrills Speed Racer arcade game. How awesome would that be? In the style of Cruisin' Arcade.
Dude, that would be fucking amazing.
Not only Speed Racer characters, you get to also pick your Wacky Racers characters.
Now, why would Peach be in Petalburg?
Where did you come from?
When we just saw
You
her in
cheeky
the X-Nauts
bastards.
Fortress.
Get out of my face.
Alex,
Get out of my face!
can you guess what the twist is behind this interaction between Bowser and quote-unquote Peach?
That it's not actually Peach, that's the robot?
No, it's not a robot.
Dude, this is really good. The graphics are actually pretty decent, too. The track is
shit.
The tracks are buttfuck crazy. Holy shit. You will only find this kind of stuff in Mario Kart games.
My life's treasure! I'd rather die than give up my life-size Peach poster!
Ah.
Why was the poster on the window? Bowser's face. I love
Dude,
this game.
I'm having more fun with this than I should. Big complaint though. Just starting this game out, I'm stuck with the Mach 6, not the Mach 5.
Poor Bowser.
Great. Just great. Now I look like the huge, mighty king of guys who talk to posters.
I mean, I assume you keep on talking to posters even in private time. Oh, you're talking about the game.
No.
Bowser's so done.
Yes,
He is so done.
Yes, Bowser is.
And in
dumb.
doubt, turn up the gain.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I.e. how every single little amateur band gets together.
Okay, so we've got
Turn
some
up the
news.
game.
Okay, so we got some news to go through, which is kind of
Oh
repetitive,
yeah.
if to be honest.
Speaking
But
of-
hey,
Speaking of news, where's Ben at? Is he still taking care of his dog?
yeah, he's still
Yeah,
taking
Ben's
care of his
taking
dog.
care of his
He's
dog.
not-
By the way, for everybody who was excited at Ben's return to the Monday streams, his dog is... I did it again!
His dog is
His
did it
dog
again?
is
Oh well, that's
ill with some kind of spinal compression issue, degenerative disc disorder, I believe. So he's having to deal with he's having to deal with that, unfortunately, and I'm getting my ass handed to me by the fucking Covenant.
How old is the dog? Like 10?
I'm not sure, but oh god, come on, there we go.
Yeah, so in other words,
I need
dog
your
isn't
gun.
doing-
I need your gun.
Ben's dog.
Ow!
Ben gave us some updates. The dog is doing somewhat better, but he's not going to be coming back for Monday. He'll probably be coming back for like a Tuesday or Wednesday broadcast for his stuff. Now, on to some, and our thoughts and prayers go to him and his dog. Now,
Much so.
oh,
Okay, I'm gonna ditch the assault rifle for this time. I love the Halo assault rifle, but it's running low on ammunition.
okay, now, so unfortunately, the Harley Quinn show just finds every conceivable way to get worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
Because
So
let's go over some of the ways before we
How
get
many of
to
you
it.
are?
we got to mention self-cessed as a topic.
Yes.
Because Harley Quinn kissed herself.
Yeah.
Context.
Not
how
sure
many
how to
of you-
feel about this.
So context for that. How many of you remember and love the Clone Saga? If your answer in that order is I do, and no, I never did.
Not
You'd be,
noticed that.
then yeah, that's exactly what this is, a clone.
You actually went and watched that.
I didn't have to. There was a clip that was already floated around fucking Twitter.
Yeah, the clip was out there.
The
I just saw the footage and I was like yeah.
Oh god.
the self-cess.
Yeah,
I
I've
could
seen
take it
enough,
or
I don't
leave it
care.
honest. I could take it or leave it honestly with the self-cess because this was actually tastefully funny. They didn't go all the way like, oh my god, I have a fat ass, oh I got big tits, and I got a tight pussy. No, she just used the kiss as a distraction and then just killed off the clone. It's like, that's tastefully funny.
Okay, that could be worse.
It could have been worse. I think that was actually pretty funny, but still, that doesn't save it from being stupid, seeing how it's a clone.
Yeah. Okay, so another stupid part of this recent episode. Turns Harley Quinn went to Dr. Psycho again to go looking into her mind about stuff, and turns out a shit-faced Harley Quinn was somehow able to kill Nightwing.
I don't buy that.
Yeah.
No.
Shit-faced Harley Quinn was able to strangulate Nightwing with a friendship bracelet.
No.
It's one thing if you were to convince me that I was going to say Trixie. I'm too concentrated on this game. It's one thing if you were to try to convince me Harley Quinn could beat Jinx. I'd say yes, she could. You cannot convince me otherwise. She can beat anybody drunk.
Yeah, and it's like this show really loves taking a gigantic dump all over the Bat family, and then just saying, "Oh, it's so funny!" And then
you could do this. You could have a show entirely set from the villain perspective, and have it like kind of shitting on the Bat family characters, but they'd have to be a lot more exaggerated than they are. Like there's nothing in this that would be able to carry that. Like, you've got to have pitch perfect performances for like Harley and Joker, and it has to be exclusively from their perspective. And honestly, like, you shouldn't be doing the Harley and Poison Ivy romance at that point. When if you're going to be making this like borderline parody, you gotta go like full Dick Van Dyke Show with Harley and Joker, or have them be like a comically perfect couple, and have Batman and Robin and be like the nosy neighbors who live next door and are constantly fucking with them,
Or they could just they could just fit into that stereotype, the ambiguously gay duo.
Yeah, they could lean into that.
Yeah, but it would have to be Batman.
Number of ways that,
it would have to be Batman and Dick, not Batman and anybody else.
It would be funny either way though, because they're playing into the stereotype. It could be like, oh, Batman's a little closeted, or maybe he's a little bi-curious. It could be something along the lines of he has a lisp, but he's not gay. Or maybe he is gay. It's just people don't think he is because he does. There are no signs that he is. Like, oh well, gay guys usually do this and that. It's like I'm not your usual gay guy though. I'm Batman.
Yeah, they could do anything and have it be funny.
Right.
Unfortunately, the writers behind this show don't know what funny is, and
why
as
is
such,
James Gunn keeping this show on HBO Max?
It makes sense to have it at HBO Max.
The problems with this show go beyond James Gunn. The fact that this show was greenlit in the first place is kind of an issue.
Oh, and then by the end of that episode, Joker kills the joke.
Wait, what?
Joker kills the joke.
What joke?
Hey, Gizmo, do you see that gigantic thing that you always tell me goes over my head?
I'm genuinely asking because this is the Harley Quinn show. For all I know, is someone called the joke. I'm genuinely asking because this is the Harley Quinn show. For all I know, there is a character called the joke. What happens
in Killing Joke?
Yes.
So... Oh, that I never saw that as a joke.
No. Oh, that. No.
No, as in it's the killing joke. He shot Batgirl.
I know that.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
That was the fucking joke, dude.
The joke was that Joker killed the joke.
Yes.
That makes
the joke killing joke.
He could have worded it in any other way.
Well, no, that wouldn't have been.
He was busy killing the joke.
Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
Where the hell am I going?
Jesus fuck,
this is not the right direction.
This is going harder than it should be. The tracks look amazing.
Do they have a good soundtrack in that game?
The music's really pretty good. Apparently, there's a thing called Kung Fu. You know Kung Fu? Kung Fu. Yeah, now there's
Oh,
Kaku.
yeah. Oh, there we go. Hang on. Hey, they have the arrows in this version too. Although the ironic thing is, they're harder to see in the HD version.
So, yeah. In other words, Harley Quinn is shit, water is wet, the sky is blue,
Crime wave in Gotham City.
People die when they are
that kind of
killed.
thing.
Oh, so you have to be specific. Harley Quinn isn't shit. Harley Quinn show is shit.
Anyway, so Apple
you know,
TV
honestly,
Plus ended up
hang on, I
deciding
have to say something
to
here.
put out something
Why do they
positive.
think Kaley Cuoco would be a good choice for Harley in that show?
Because
Well,
they
saw-
she doesn't have that.
Because-
My guess is that they're trying to pull off another Michael Keaton. Like, oh, we don't think this guy is a great Batman, right? But he's a great Bruce Wayne. You know, they're trying to pull off like, oh, well, you might not think he's good, but he is good actually because in the movie, yada yada, alter ego. But the thing is, Harley Quinn doesn't really have an alter ego.
No.
I think that's what kills this casting decision.
And not only that, it feels like it's similar to the casting that what's her face what did it in Batman and in Harley Quinn.
Oh yeah, they were trying to pull up another Big Bang Theory girl. Well, the problem is that
The first one
what's her name? Howard's wife is.
Talented.
Wow, that was 110% my fault. Oh, yeah. Howard's wife has the right sound.
Yeah, she's close.
Like her natural voice sounds kind of like Arlene Sorkin, and then you add more acting to it because it is voice acting, and all of a sudden you get yourself, a waste of ammunition because Alex is an idiot.
Thinking
All of
about
a sudden, and you get
thinking about-
yourself a character that sounds like a person.
Thinking about it a little bit, though, you would think that she would be at least a good voice for Pauline Quenzel before she turned to Harley Quinn.
Well,
That's another thing where they just don't have people playing. It's like if they had two different actors playing Batman and Bruce Wayne, like you just don't believe that these characters are the same person because they don't have certain actors playing in both versions of these kinds of characters. So, this seems more like an exaggerated schoolgirl version of Harley. Ironically, it's more like the version of Harley from the Superhero Girls show than it is the version of Harley that people would expect at this point in time.
I still don't get why you think that.
She's kind of a bumbling, semi-heroic idiot character in the Harley Quinn show. She's an anti-hero. At the worst most of the time, rather than being a villain and kind of trying to not be, I don't get the premise of the Harley Quinn show.
I feel like they took this version of Harley Quinn out of something like, say, She-Ra, Princess of Power, because she yells so fucking much. She raises her voice so fucking much. She's always like in like these goofy moments so fucking much. It's like, come on, man, you're a Harley Quinn. You're a Batman villain that later turns on to a superhero, and you're. I get you got into goofy shit because Joker, but they were never this goofy.
Well, it's probably taken from the same school of thought that Fred was funny, because Fred's whole shtick was high-pitched screaming combined with like highly over-exaggerated reactions to things.
I don't know why anybody thought he was funny.
There was Fred the YouTube channel, Fred the series, and Fred the movie. There were 3 Fred movies, by the way.
Is there Fred the Cancer Cell?
I think that's the Fred show after the guy who created it left, because that became him basically like Fred TV, where they had like a bunch of kids doing like man on the street interviews,
Remember when Man Show was actually funny and was around?
Remember when Jimmy Kimmel was funny? Yes, I do.
Remember when Jimmy Kimmel had balls?
Yeah, I do. It's like, oh, he had balls. He stood up to the president of the United States. Everybody was doing the same.
Balls.
Everybody had that shtick. Like the Daily Show was doing it to George W. Bush back when that was more of a thing that people were afraid to do. You know, the Daily Show spoke truth to power, or harder than Jimmy Kimmel did, and you know.
This was back when the president actually had shit that was worth criticizing. Nowadays, there's people are still on Trump's dick. He's not even president anymore. I blame Trump. He's not even in office.
Yeah. Well, it's like people were blaming PewDiePie for the fucking demonetization shit that happened on YouTube.
Well,
and it was like PewDiePie didn't do that. Rupert Murdoch did. Like, if you want to blame anybody, hey, why don't we blame him, the Crown Prince of Darkness himself? Now, if Ozzy Osbourne eats your heart out, now the true king of evil is Rupert fucking Murdoch.
Okay, so
I get what they were trying to do when they targeted PewDiePie, but to anybody with common sense, we know that's not really it, a chief.
Well, the thing with that was that, like, people were blaming PewDiePie because he was the guy who was the face of YouTube, and he was the one that was targeting with it. But it was a coordinated effort by the Murdoch papers, by the Wall Street Journal, by Fox News, by everybody who was owned by News Corporation, and to try and make YouTube submit to their fucking demands.
Let's not forget that this was the beginning of... let's not forget, this was the beginning of when people thought, because you're making fun of the enemy, then that means you must support the enemy. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I support Nazis because I make Nazis.
I remember I made fun of Joss Whedon for being a fucking misogynist. It's like an actual misogynist who made fun of women and for their appearances, and made fun of a girl for being fat while she was pregnant.
And not even ramen, just like
Captain Feminism himself was a literal misogynist. There's people jumped down my goddamn throat about that. It was like, oh, you're making fun of them. And I was like, no, I'm making fun of him, motherfucker. Or like, Joss is the guy who's the target of my ire here. And I used to be the biggest Joss Whedon fanboy on the face of the planet. I wasn't.
Everybody was.
Yeah, I loved his comic books. I loved his fucking movies. I loved his fucking TV shows. I have the complete series of Firefly and Buffy the Vampire
Slayer. Yeah.
You know.
Which version though? Because remember when they made it full like?
Oh, there's only one version of Buffy the Vampire Slayer on DVD.
I think that weren't they trying to make another version of it because there was like they fucked it up because Joss Whedon.
Okay, that was an HD version, and that was only available on streaming and TV in the United Kingdom.
Okay.
Oh, and in positive Warner Brothers related news, it was Apple TV Plus ended up deciding to launch a series called Monarch: Legacy of the Monsters.
Yes, featuring Kurt Russell and his son.
Yep.
Playing the same character.
Beware the Monarch! Oh, wait, not that Monarch.
Yeah, we're talking about the organization that studies the monsters.
The Godzillas and all the other monsters. I got you. I know that.
Pilot the fucking Warthog Chief, or Cortana will have to do it again.
And
you'll ruin the day, Dr. Venture! Oh, wait, we're still talking about that Monarch.
And the thing is like, I thought it looked really good from what I saw. I'm like, yeah, this.
Oh yeah, that looks.
Rodan that flew over the city.
Like I legitimately cannot wait for them to do like just about anything, with this. And it's because like I will take a fucking get into the fucking passenger. There we go.
Carfu.
Okay. Yeah, I'm about to do some Carfu myself. Hope if this... Okay, you know what you could do? You could aim for where he is instead of for where he isn't. Now, I know we had that whole conversation about aiming for where they're going to be, but that was a stationary target, Gunner.
Fucking car that hit me spun around like a fucking Hot Wheel on grease. Oh, that's some funny shit right there. Carfu.
Couldn't have given me any... the UNSC couldn't have, like, packed some chains for the tires here.
Oh, if this doesn't get any online tournaments, I'll be upset.
I'm stealing your tank. I want the tank.
Fuck off! Dude, if these kind of races existed in real...
endless road.
If NASCAR had the balls and just made cars like this and races like this, I think I would start watching.
Had enough. I keep saying that it's getting too much, but I know I'm a liar.
Oh yeah,
Hellraiser
is that so?
thunder and heat.
Oh,
Hellraiser.
what about it?
Rocks you back in your seat.
Oh,
Hellraiser. I don't know why I associate the song Hellraiser with rolling around in a tank, but it's just something that always pops up in my head. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Like that line on the guitar there, or is just something I imagine and plays whenever you're coming up a hill in a tank, you know?
I get you.
I am now playing the plane game. 2, 1.
Ow.
In other news, Amaranth is now partnering up with Jerkmate. I'm not kidding.
I thought she was still pretending she wasn't a porn star.
Yeah, oh, I guess now she's a porn star because she's partnering up with Jerkmate.
I mean, granted, she does have like a shitload of nude photos in that video of her getting railed. So, you know.
There's porn of her?
I think so. I mean, in anything Belle Delphine did, and Amaranth did a couple of months later.
Belle Delphine is different. She's been doing the lewd shit way before Amaranth. Amaranth.
Well, yeah, that's the point.
I don't count the bikini stuff as lewd because literally you could go to the beach and find a ton of bikini ladies, There's bikini models everywhere. Sometimes if it's too hot, they'll just walk around in a bikini in or outdoors.
Yep.
I think the lewd is Belle Delphine. She's outright did porn. She outright did flash the camera.
That video of her getting fucked in the woods that people thought was a rape video.
They're dumbasses. Well, what's funny is that
the only reason I know that exists is because of the controversy around it. And I was like, what the fuck are you got? You're giving her fucking publicity here.
Funny thing about that, she said that was the best sex she had in her life at the time.
I'm not gonna make a comment about that. That's just that's just something. That's a thing. Did I just kill? Oh, I killed my guy.
Seriously.
Well, you didn't heal up the fucking base, so that's your fault.
But seriously, Amaranth partnering up with Jerkmate, I think that now proves that, I think she's outright going to do porn now, and she must have been faking that entire shit that she's been suffering through. Might have. I would still need to see evidence from both sides to know if she's actually telling the truth or not.
Honestly, like the fact that she went back to streaming immediately after this
right away,
one about the husband, and after that, are you gonna let me in?
Oh, and apparently Luigi, while we've been venturing around in Rogueport, has been in the Waffle Kingdom, and
oh, cool. Did he bring us waffles?
No, he will proceed to tell us all about his adventures in the Waffle Kingdom from his biased perspective, while his
while the person behind him...
Where did you come from?
Okay.
Oh fuck! This is. I'm in the tutorial, and this is a lot more complicated than I thought it was gonna be.
Oh, did you see that? The fucking body just jumped out of the fucking aircraft, and he was going flailing his arms all the way down to the ground.
That is some red versus blue shit right there.
That's amazing.
Okay, now I got it.
Okay, so...
Oh, that hurt me.
So
I didn't realize I could hurt myself.
More news. The Chrysler Building will not feature in Insomniac's Spider-Man 2 due to copyright issues. In other words, fuck you, New York.
It's a public building. Who fucking cares?
Yeah, first off, I didn't... okay, so the Chrysler Building wasn't featured in Miles Morales either, and that was the first time I learned that you could actually copyright a building. And apparently, I don't know who's at fault about this.
Dude, God forbid I decide to make a fucking open world X-Men game somewhere that is in New York, and they have a fucking copyright protection on the Sears Tower. Fuck them.
I mean, they have copyright protection on the fucking Flatiron Building too. Like, I don't know how this works. Like, these buildings are like 100 years old. I would have thought that they'd be, public domain by now. Oh, but apparently you can copyright the likeness to a building and get away with it. And so...
Well, it's based off of real New York, and why wouldn't they just leave it in the game?
Well, apparently they'd have to, like, pay some kind of absurd licensing fee. And
to who?
To the new owners of the building, apparently. And, like, the Chrysler Building got sold at some point in time. And now...
Why would they care this much if the building is going to be in a fucking video game or not? Dude, there's been a lot of movies...
that would be just free publicity, you know?
Yeah, there's also been a lot of movies that are or do take place in New York. Never mind parts of New York. Sometimes they just be in New York City outright.
That was my fault.
The Spider-Man trilogy took place in New York when Tobey Maguire was in it. The duology of the Amazing Spider-Man took place in New York.
Yeah, like the fucking MCU trilogy took place in New York, and in fact, a lot of fucking MCU movies
the entire MCU cast are from
Kevin,
New York.
I understand what you're saying, but there are still scenes that are in New York in the MCU Spider-Man trilogy.
Dude, when Captain America ran into the middle of New York City streets, they allowed all of those buildings to show.
Hello.
Who fucking...
You didn't expect me to bring a tank, did you?
Well, if they had to pay even $1 just to have one of those buildings show up, that's ridiculous. They're like, God forbid a streamer decides to do the same thing and film himself in front of one of those buildings.
How
What are
did
they
that
going to do
kill
about
me?
that?
I was piloting a goddamn tank. General Chorus says, "Greetings, Spartans. What's up?" Attempting to figure out how my health and the health of this tank are connected in any way, because I don't see myself outside of this tank.
Dear humans, we regret being alien bastards.
How exactly do I sneak? How did that miss? That guy just does not give a shit.
He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't give a fuck. Now, if he gave a shit, he might just give a fuck, but
sneaking up on people in a... That took too many shots.
Man, this... Oof, boy, I did not think I needed a tutorial for Speed Racer of all games.
But yeah, Spider-Man 2... Yeah, I've missed a few times. I don't know how that's happening. I mean, the area of effect on this tank... There we go. The area of effect on this on this fucking rocket launcher here is immense when it's near me, but very small when it... Okay, you know what? The crosshairs would be nice if they were actually useful. Okay, that went high. There we go. That appeared to have gone low.
Huh, apparently it can do a boost to gain health back. In other news, Natara has been revealed as the next combatant in Mortal Kombat 1, and regrettably, she is cast by another star that shouldn't be in video games.
Weirdly enough, Megan Fox has had voice acting credits, but as Lois Lane in the Robot Chicken skits.
I'd rather have Sasha Grey come back as the twins in Saints Row the 3rd and 4.
Olivia Munn would have made more sense, honestly. Because Olivia Munn started as, like, you know, doing nothing roles and voice acting and stuff. You know, like, she was on G4 and shit like that.
You know what would have been cool? You know what would have been fitting if they gotten the voice actor that did Danny Phantom's girlfriend, the goth, and casted her as Natara?
I think Greg Delisle voiced Sam. Give me a second.
Also, can we just look? Mortal Kombat, Motorola Kombata. I get you're trying to be realistic. Duh.
We don't want realistic. Mortal Kombat isn't realistic. That's what
no, but the looks are realistic. They're up there, like at the very tip of
this machine
realistic.
gun is fucking
when
worthless.
It comes to looks.
Yep, I was right.
Johnny Cage looks like a real guy. Scorpion looks like a real guy. Raiden, Kung Lao, they all look like real people. And because of that, a lot of the costumes and a lot of the looks look even cooler because of how realistic they are, especially the blades, the gold, the metal, the outfit, some outfits anyway. That's cool because that's one of the gimmicks of Mortal Kombat. That's one of the gimmicks Mortal Kombat has and has been doing. It was looking more realistic because Mortal Kombat 1 had the what do they call it again?
Gonna randomly
motion capture. I think it was.
Yeah, motion capture.
Yeah, they had motion capture, so that was the big thing. That the gimmick was that it looked realistic. However, just because you look realistic does not mean that you have to pretend realistic means ugly. Realistic means normal. Realistic means milk toast.
Oh, people do. People do have this thought that realistic is supposed to mean ugly, even though they'll literally paint over her actual people and make them look uglier. Like
funny.
You remember
Johnny Cage, Kung Lao, Liu Kang, maybe not Shao Kahn, Reptile.
The Last of Us 2. You've seen the actress who plays her, right?
Yes.
Like, okay. And I'm not talking about the voice actress, although the voice actress is one thing. And like the model that they base the fucking character model on. It's almost insulting how bad the fucking model looks. Mass Effect Andromeda is another one where they have like these characters are allegedly based on real people, like Sarah Ryder's default model is based on a real person, allegedly. But the model in the game looks like absolute dog shit. Looks nothing like the person and who it's allegedly supposed to be.
What's the point of even getting models and trying to make characters that look like them in the first place if they're not going to do it? If I want to make a guy that looks like Schwarzenegger, I'm going to bring in Schwarzenegger, make a model that looks like Schwarzenegger, and put Schwarzenegger in my goddamn game.
Get a guy who looks like Schwarzenegger to do the motion capture of the or base the model on, you know?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
like,
too. But even then,
like that's
I'm at least having a goal of making the character look like Schwarzenegger. If I bring in Jennifer Lopez, I better make sure that the character looks like Jennifer Lopez.
yeah. Like this is there are a number of cases where I'm seriously like I would, if I were the person that this character model was allegedly based on, I'd be seriously considering suing them for misrepresentation of my likeness, you know? Okay, so, like you made me look ugly. Ow.
Like, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Up until Mortal Kombat X, the women they looked as good as the men did. They looked fine, right? Some of them may not look as good, like let's say Melina to some people, Ferrator, but at least they looked okay.
Okay, so we gotta do at least 18 floors of the Pit of 100 Trials before we get to who we're supposed to be finding here.
Once we hit Mortal Kombat 11, that's when everything shit the bed. Not hitting the fan, shitting the bed outright. They intentionally squatted over, pulled down their pants, and just shat on everything.
So basically, Amber Heard things.
From taking away Johnny Cage's hey look thing, because the okay sign is a sign for Nazis.
Oh god.
To making Scarlett's face look like she's having an allergic reaction to fucking bees that are inside her mask, and to the waking everybody up ending that Jax had, it went downhill pretty fast.
Yeah.
Wait,
the fucking okay sign thing was a literal 4chan hoax too.
It was a
hilarious
joke.
thing.
Nobody could be that stupid to actually legitimately say that this is the sign of the white supremacists. But someone stupid enough was believing that person and spread it around like wildfire. Like, dude, I get if someone was stupid enough to think this was real, but you were stupid enough to believe that. You spread it like wildfire. If I'm doing an okay sign, it means okay. It doesn't mean white power, you fucking Nimrod. You sound like the kind of guy who complains that his water is too wet. You sound like the kind of guy that complains that the green tea is not green enough.
Well, green tea isn't literally green, but yeah, I get what you mean.
Fucking dull pencil ass, long tittied, no nipple ass, fucking wasabi armpit smelling ass, fucking feminist bitches. Fucking Christ, man! Like, and these people work in NetherRealm.
Yep.
Studios. They work on Mortal Kombat. They realize that just because you can doesn't mean you should. I mean, holy shit. Capcom are the only ones that are at least trying to cater to their fans. They may have done one or two things that were bad, like, you know, covering up Juri's titties and censoring Armika's super because, you know,
well, the butt slap was a very strange consideration on their part.
Girls don't slap their asses or anything.
Professional wrestlers don't have weird-ass taunts.
Right. But at least they were trying. They put that in there. They knew what they were doing, but because of some SJW nonsense, they covered it up because they thought they were going to get in trouble. That's a good... People who think that way, those people are good. But if they covered it up because we hated it and because it's current year and it's misogynistic, no. You shouldn't be allowed near a video game company. Get your ass away from my industry. when people, I have never once ever said that people should gatekeep their community because, you know, who the fuck am I to say you're not allowed to play a game with us?
See,
or, you know?
here's the thing. Here's the fun fact. Gatekeeping doesn't actually work if you don't let it. If you feel like something is being gatekept from you, you are allowing that to happen.
At this point, I think now, because of what's happening with video games, comic books, movies, at this point, yeah, I think I'm gonna gatekeep my hobby. Fuck off. If you show genuine
Like I was saying, and like gatekeeping is not a real thing. That is a thing that people say exists, but like you're not gonna, you can't gatekeep something if you don't, you know, if you have enough passion for it. Like nobody's gonna. If I say I like playing Halo, you know, and somebody else says, oh, you're not a real Halo fan, and it was like, oh, okay, I'm still gonna keep playing Halo, you know. I was like, what makes me not a real Halo fan? And because I'm playing the game, I enjoy playing the game. Like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna break into my house and take away my copy of Halo the Master Chief Collection? I feel like there's a law against things like that, you this is not stuff that you. This is not stuff that happens unless you let it happen.
I'd rather have them question me if I'm a real Halo fan or not, despite me playing the games, rather than am I a real Halo fan or not, just because I happen to like Cortana's Halo 2 design more than her Halo 4 design or some stupid shit like
Granted,
that.
I would say you're not a real Halo fan if the only thing that you like is the CBS show.
Ugh, God. Like here, it's like I'd rather have an obnoxious question of who's the nerdier, because I at least know this guy is genuinely a fan of this product, rather than are you a misogynist or not Q&A, because then I know this person really isn't a fan of the product that they're trying to make or participate in. Because, you know, you remember all this shit with D&D where it's like, oh, the orcs, they're like black people. I'm like, who the fuck told you to think of them as black people? Why do you think of them as black people?
Yeah, that was a very strange bit of internet discourse.
They still think this way too. It's like, no, we're not having that. Go the fuck away. Why do you think of them as black people?
There's a very interesting video from a guy called James Mendez Hodes, who wrote an extra credits video that is perhaps one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. But he also did a second video on the subject on his own channel, where he said, if the way players in your game talk about orcs reminds me of how racists talk about me, I don't want to play your game. Him was like, okay, that's on you, buddy.
That's a you problem.
Like, yeah, this is a you problem. This is not a, hey, like, I am not going to change how I'm not going to change how my game works for you, you know? And besides, like, we can say, like, orcs don't have to be evil all we want, you know? Well, that was the whole point of Warcraft. They're not really evil, they're just kind of, you know, they're doing their own thing, and some of them are evil, and, like, you know, with the humans, some of them are doing their own thing, and some of them are evil.
Yeah, sometimes
there's that whole thing in both the movie and the fucking games about how orcs aren't necessarily evil, and Warhammer doesn't even portray the orcs as necessarily bad, but Warhammer also doesn't portray anybody as necessarily 100% good or bad, you know? Oh, everybody's shit, and everybody has their own positive qualities about them. And in Warhammer, although, you know, you can make arguments left and right about how like some stuff, you know, some factions have more noble goals than others, and you can say, you know, like, oh, you know, ultimately the Imperium of Man and his trying to protect humanity, and there's a lot of whack-ass shit going on. And so, yeah, you can say all kinds of stuff about it, but... God damn it, I fucked that up, but at least I know there's a health kit in there now. Yeah. So, you can't reasonably argue in any logical capacity that orcs are representative of any group. Like, orcs are barely even representative of orcs sometimes. Like people were saying that kind of shit about Goblin Slayer. Or, Goblin Slayer is racist because Goblin Slayer says that the only good goblin is a dead goblin and shit like that. And it's like, okay, hey, did you miss the first episode where the goblins raped and killed the party to death?
Well, they raped the women but killed the guy.
No, the first party was all women. That was the thing.
No, the
first party had a guy in it.
Yeah.
But the thing, I'm just saying, like, they probably would have raped the guy too if they'd have gotten the chance.
Yeah.
Point is like the goblins in that are pretty fucking heinous. It's like they just do bad shit. And like, actually, there's a really retarded discourse going on right now about the morality of killing bandits in like RPGs and stuff like that. And
when Bandit has a family
came out, and there's another game that just came out too. What was the other game that just came out? Oh yeah, Starfield. Only because I forgot Starfield has bandits, because I was thinking, Starfield is sci-fi. But, they got, like, space pirates and shit. Whatever. And, they were saying, why are you having your players kill bandits in the game? And I was like, okay, well, there's always going to be brigands, there's going to be bad people who need to be, I don't want to sound like Movie Bob here, but, in a video game, there's going to be a bad guy who needs to be taken out.
By a good guy.
Yeah, by our good guy who's usually a protagonist of a video game. And unless you're in like, Grand Theft Auto, you're probably not going to be taking out police and town guard and shit like that unless you're actively playing like a villain.
Fable 2.
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls. Stop right there, criminal scum. Scum. It makes sense though, like it makes a little sense why they want to humanize a bad guy or two, but at the same time, you really don't have to humanize every single bad guy.
And not only that,
you,
did these guys forget that the Nazis existed? And, they go on about the Nazis often enough, but sometimes the villains are just ontologically evil. Sometimes there's no reasoning with them. We're just... Who snuck up behind me? I killed everybody who was behind me. Why do you have a checkpoint right here?
I think the only way humanizing a Nazi actually worked was in not Roger
Schindler's
Rabbit.
List.
No, not Schindler's List. Well, okay, I forgot about Schindler's List. Well, there was another movie that comes to mind though. Yeah, Jojo Rabbit. When the kid went up to a Nazi captain, and then he, I think what it was that the Nazi captain was gay and was forced into the army and didn't want to.
a
And
lot of people were back in World War II.
Yeah, not many people knew that though, and because the kid was a kid, the Nazi was like, ah, shit. No, he was pretending to be the Nazi asshole.
Yeah, he was pretending to be like Captain Germany, you know, that kind of thing.
He was like, hey, get out, you know, sort of like how a guy pretends to be a bad to his dog just so they can run away. You know, that scenario. Go on, go, you're free, you're free. Let me get this stick. Oh, now you're running away. Go, you're free. It's sort of like that. Oh, you're a good kid. You know, live your life. Oh wait, here they come. They're gonna kill us all. Go away, Jew. You filthy Jew. Go away. Okay, kill me now.
I feel like, you know, there are ways you can portray, like sympathetic characters who are involved in like the absolute worst of the evil factions, and you can make that work.
Except Naruto
the way you. Okay, you can make that work. The way you don't do that is the DLC for BioShock Infinite, where they made the fucking evil bitch character from that game and tried to make her into a tragic, sympathetic antagonist character, who knew she had to be evil, for the sake of the greater good or whatever. Or it's like, okay, we spent the whole game killing her fucking guys after they thought, because they said that we were like a bad guy, and we had to fight them for our lives. Like, do we forget about that? Anyways, so one of the things is that you can portray a sympathetic villainous character, who you can understand their motivations and the fact that they were kind of forced into being what they were, or without making them completely into a sympathetic character. You know, that they're not necessarily heroic, but they are a product of their environment, and that's understandable. And you can portray characters as completely evil and stuff like that. And good writers can make anything work. And I'd like to think that I kind of made something like that work in a little story called Captain Rogers and the Wonder Woman, and where we had Hans, the guy who went off and fought for his country. Idealistic young man, and goes off to fight for his country, and then he comes back to find that the Nazis have exterminated his entire neighborhood. And, tried to sell him, these people were all enemies of the state, blah, 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 that kind of thing. And it's I'd like to think that I did that fairly well.
You did.
Another thing, James Gunn actually did that fairly well in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 with, what's his name?
Ego?
Yeah, that guy. Not Ego. I was talking about the guy played by Sean Gunn.
Kraglin.
Yondu, yes, but Kraglin, yeah, Kraglin was the guy I was thinking of. Because Kraglin was I was like, I don't really like the way Yondu's doing things, and then it was like, oh no, things got even worse. You can there's ways, we have ways of making this work, and to completely dismiss out of hand the ability to say, oh yeah, this character is definitely evil, is just okay, hey, we've failed, guys. We have failed at some point, and we need to go back to writing school. Yep. They're fucking heavy.
Shunting? The fuck is shunting?
Okay, what do we got in here? Fire drive.
There we
We're
go.
not going to go any further down the pit of 100 trials because we're not nearly bad enough dudes to do that.
Oh, bad.
Ooh. Now I can play another game at the parlor.
Oh, god damn it! Oh, my ragdoll went fucking flying. Oh, yeah, honestly, yeah, I'd say that the boys did a fairly good job with Homelander in that regards. Or it's because, like, you can 100% and say, like, okay, I get how this guy wound up this way, but I also want to fucking snap his neck, you know?
Yeah, and the issue that I have with the villains in Naruto that I've talked about, it's like there is hardly a villain in Naruto that is, you know, evil for this evil. Like genuinely evil. Like every villain in that show has to be like some form of sympathetic or redeemable. Oh, blah blah blah. No matter how heinous or evil their actions were. Or like
It's the fucking Steven Universe, it's okay, he said he's sorry thing.
yeah, Sasuke especially it has as that because he literally just gives a half-hearted apology and he is pretty much pardoned for all of his crimes. Keep in mind, this guy's a goddamn terrorist.
Yeah.
As in, he willfully helped a group of terrorists kidnap a valuable asset to a hidden village and tried to kill multiple village leaders. In case you're wondering, look at the 5 Kage summit where he tried to go up again and the Raikage, the Kazekage, aka Gaara, the Tsuchikage, and the Mizukage in an attempt to kill the current Hokage who was taking over for Tsunade, who was incapacitated from the city-busting almighty push. I'm not kidding about that bit. And
in other news, Interplay has given a DMCA to a Mugen fan game creator because they are using sprites from the Clay Fighter series, despite them not having a new game for fucking decades.
There are a number of reasons why you shouldn't be allowed to protect certain things if you're not actually using them. Like, if there's not a... Like, public domain in law used to be, like you had to actually use a thing. And if you weren't using a thing, if you weren't actively exploiting the intellectual property, it would fall into the public domain. And like, but these days, it's like it's forever and a fucking day, you know?
It makes sense.
Like, if it was 25 years, like it was originally, like, I think the original copyright term was only 25 years. That's basically perfect in terms of, like, that's one generation's worth, you know? That's a generation's worth of time in which you are able to do whatever the hell you want with a thing. And then...
Let me just read off what he...
Like you can't use that anymore, or if you're not going to be using it. And I feel like that would be a good little compromise. Because that would keep these companies from IP hoarding. Like there's a lot of companies that have Sony is one that's a lot like Interplay in this regard, where like fucking god. Gotta get this red fucker dead.
Let me just read off the
Yeah, go ahead.
post. Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out how to.
This is a very well known guy in the Mugen community. He's known as Dr. Basada Kilkline, or just Basada. He puts in the Mugen Guild. He posted in the Mugen Guild that he got a cease and desist mail from Interplay. Guys, I need your guidance about this since I don't know what to do. I wanted to necro/revive this 10-year-old thread about this issue and/or mention this in the CF revival thread I made, but I think a new thread here is the proper way to follow this. Most of you know about Clay Fighter Infinite Clayfair, my personal full game project, which is the compilation of all my work I made for Mugen until now. I thought I wouldn't be noticed by Interplay, but now I know I did, but not the way I would like to. Checking my Gmail yesterday, mostly cleaning mails, I found this one from Interplay's lawyers, Christopher Nelson. Hi, Carlos. I am the attorney for Interplay Entertainment Corp. I recently discovered that you are creating and promoting a game called Clay Fighter Infinite Clayfair, which is an unauthorized and infringing derivative work of Interplay's Clay Fighter video game series. Interplay owns the Clay Fighter intellectual property, including but not limited to the original computer code, all the characters, and the audiovisual representation of the game, including character depictions and animations, music, and sound effects. Interplay also owns the Earthworm Jim and Boogerman characters. Your use of Interplay's intellectual property constitutes copyright infringement. Additionally, Interplay owns the Clay Fighter trademark, which you have been using to promote your infringing product. I appreciate your enthusiasm for our game, but you must cease development and promotion of Infinite Clayfair using Interplay's copyright material and trademarks. Please remove the Clay Fighter content from the following sites, as well as any other Clay Fighter content you have developed and displayed on sites not listed here. Clay Fighter Infinite Clayfair, YouTube. Clay Fighter Infinite Clayfair at Clay Fighter IC at Twitter. Ultra Clay Fighter, Google Drive. Clay Fighter, MediaFire.com. Basara no Mugen, version 5.0, MugenGuild.com. MFG Clay Fighter, basically a lot of websites where he promoted it, where you can download it. I'm contacting you first to give you a chance to remove the infringing content before I start filing complaints about your accounts with social media providers and your internet service provider, or taking formal legal action. I hope we can resolve this in a friendly manner. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have any questions. Sincerely, Chris Nelson, Christopher J. Nelson, General Counsel, Interplay Entertainment Corp. Suite 407, 1231. 1231 as in 1230 and number 1. Wilshire Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90025. Phone and fax is 855-483-6646. As you can read, it's a cease and desist about my full game and all related to Clay Fighter. Included a direct link to my site, a part of the CF page I made for IC. The mail is from July 18th, and I just saw it yesterday. And meanwhile, I continued with the promotion and even released the Beta 2 in August. You all know that Mugen itself and all the content on it is marked as non-profitable, so I couldn't use it to get money. If I could do it, like passing the game to Eichmann, for example, I won't do it anyway since I love the game series. But seems that Interplay guys are just businessmen that just want money and don't care about video games anymore. I can't ignore mail like this, but either I want to answer with something that I regret later. I'm so angry with all this, by the way. Especially because the same guy was the one behind the cancellation of Clay Fighter Resculpted, another Clay Fighter fan game. And maybe he doesn't know about Mugen, so yeah, I could stop my game and delete all the promotion in the Twitter. Maybe I could rename it at Basada-kun as my Mugen general account. But he could think that I could continue when he sees my characters and others from Mugen and not just by me, since he linked me Ultra Clay Fighter, a ROM hack not made by me. I want to delete the mail and continue as nothing happens, but what about he and Interplay really make legal actions? Keep in mind, this guy is from Brazil. That's why you might hear some English. I mean, I'm from... Oh, never mind. I'm correcting myself. I mean, I'm from Chile. Technically, they can't do nothing, but there's a precedent here about Mel Gibson case, a small honey maker that has a wordplay meaning miel, honey in Spanish, and the actor, whose lawyers threatened them, so I am not sure if I'm safe here. TLDR, Interplay wants to make legal actions about my game, and I need your help, guidance, and/or opinions about what to do in this case. Maybe about how to make a mail clarifying about I don't have intentions of use their properties in a bad way, but as a way of fan art. I read you people. So again, this guy is a foreign. This guy is not from the U.S. He's from another country entirely. So he's confused as to why he's getting all this flack from Interplay. And then after that, he continues to post. Now that I'm more calm and focused about this, maybe this should be a way to follow. But anyway, I'm making a mail to clarify my project wasn't made for profit. I'm not affiliated with any other Clay Fighter projects. But yeah, probably I'd see Infinite Clayfair eventually, but at least my Clayfair content for Mugen won't stop. And he eventually does email him back. Hi Chris, let me introduce myself. I'm a Mugen creator known as Basara-kun. I have made characters, stages, and other assets for the non-profit fighting game Mugen, which runs my game Infinite Clayfair. The game is non-profit and was made as fan art, with full credit being given to Interplay. My fan art game is a homage that hopes to keep the series' spirit alive with new generations. Since there's no way to acquire any of the games legally, I hope you can understand my situation, and that I am no threat to you or any of your properties, nor have I made any attempt to profit from it. In case what I've described doesn't change your intent in carrying out the cease and desist, then I won't insist anymore, and I'll comply with your client's requests, including deleting the dedicated account on my Twitter and any references of it in my website. As a final note, Infinite Clayfair is the only project I'm working on, and I work alone on this. I have absolutely no relations or hand in the following project, and as such, I don't do anything about them. Ultra Clayfighter, Clayfighter Resculpted. Best regards, Basara-kun. So far, I don't think he's actually gotten an email back.
Okay. So that's a problem.
Here's my thing on this. Fan games have existed for years now, right? Like not just Mugen. Like we're talking like as some stuff as old school as pirated ROM hacks, like in those like 9,000,001 fake gaming consoles and Flash, right?
Well, there was that Mega Street Fighter 2 mod.
Right, and
Rainbow.
there's also
Street Fighter 2
Street
Rainbow
Fighter
Edition.
2.
That was what it was called.
That was Street Fighter Rainbow, yeah. But there was also stuff like people trying to port X-Men vs. Street Fighter and Super Nintendo, which is atrocious. But even then, that was a fan project. They weren't trying. Even then, that was a fan project. The difference here, however, is that one was for fun, the other was for profit. They were outright selling cartridges saying that you can play X-Men vs. Street Fighter on a Super Nintendo cart. Street Fighter Rainbow, on the other hand, sure, you can operate it to make it take coin, but there's also the free play option. This guy is using Mugen. That is, for those who don't know, Mugen was going to be used for a fighting game engine, but whatever happened to it, it got scrapped, and people have been using it for stuff like ripping sprites and characters from other games, like say Marvel vs. Capcom, King of Fighters, Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, stuff like that. And ever since then, it's remained free, and it's always been free. So people have been making fan-made content, such as the Spider-Man fighting fan game. People have made a Batman fighting fan game. People have made Marvel.
A lot of the content, a lot of the sprites from Death Battle are sourced from Mugen.
Right, and there's been other stuff like Evolution of Heroes, Marvel vs. Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, before Marvel vs. Capcom 3 eventually became a thing. There was Mortal Kombat Mugen, there was a lot of like screen packs, there was a lot of announcer packs, health bar packs, there was a lot of stuff that was made in Mugen or ported to Mugen. just for the fun of it. No one makes money off of Mugen unless you outright created your characters to run on the Mugen engine. Then yeah, that's something else. The first thought that comes to my mind is Blackheart. That was an actual game made by one guy with the Mugen engine in mind, and eventually it got ported to Steam because it's a new game with new characters, new score, everything. This guy, on the other hand, is not making any money whatsoever. He's doing this for the lulz. He's doing this for the fun of it. Nobody has ever seen or played Clay Fighter in years, and if they have, the only way you would be able to even download a Clay Fighter game was off of the Wii's digital shop, for the virtual console, and that was only for Clay Fighter 1. You cannot
that wasn't for Clay Fighter 63 and a half, or
even
63
then,
and 3/3 or whatever it was.
Yeah, even then, you were not able to play the upgraded version of the first Clay Fighter, nor were you able to play the Blockbuster exclusive upgrade of Clay Fighter 63 and a third. There are 4 Clay Fighter games, and while technically they're just upgrades, like how Street Fighter is to Street Fighter 2 Turbo and then Street Fighter Championship Edition, they're still considered separate games because of how different they are. You cannot legally buy these games on digital anything anymore. You can't even.
And they're not supporting physical copies either. Like this
they're
isn't.
not.
Yeah, this isn't a case of like you can't buy it digitally, but they're available physically. No,
even the cartridges themselves that were released a long time ago, you can get the standard ones just fine, but the ones that came afterwards, the upgraded versions, those are fucking expensive to the point where it's like almost in the thousands.
All right, now we're on the cheap blimp to Glitzville.
And keep in mind, Clay Fighter is a very, 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 very niche fighter compared to everything else. More niche than the Sailor Moon fighter, more niche than the Ranma fighting games, more niche than the Gundam fighting games, more niche than the Sonic Fighter. This is a very extremely niche game because it relied heavily on claymation for their sprites. Never mind motion capture like Mortal Kombat. This was all claymation.
Now we're in
It would be awesome.
Of Glitz and
It would be very awesome to see a remaster of this, but Interplay are lazy bastards. They're very lazy and very weird when it comes to their games because you can get Earthworm Jim 1 and 3D on Steam. The problem is, this is the PC version of Earthworm Jim 1, and Earthworm Jim 3D on Steam has a problem where it would occasionally stop and say that there is no disc in the PC.
No disc in the PC for a thing that was released on a digital platform.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that time that Ubisoft pushed out an update for one of the Assassin's Creed games on PC, when that added a safe disk DRM for the digital version of the game.
Fucking.
Hey, Alex.
Yeah?
So the area that I am currently in basically screams the WWE. And there's a reason why, and for that reason, this is Fran's favorite chapter of the game. Anyway,
and
so
here's what's more crazy about this. Interplay, they haven't made a sequel or continuation of their mainline games in years, not counting the HD remake of Earthworm Jim, because that's a whole bucket of worms I'm not going to get into. No pun intended.
Groovy.
But if you know, you know. But I'm not going to get into it at this moment. But here's the thing: every other person that has made a fan game based off of an existing property, Marvel, DC, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, horror movies, they. Well, okay, I'm not going to say horror movies. Terrordrome has actually gotten a cease and desist eventually, but
Terrordrome got a cease and desist.
the
Jesus.
first one, not the sequel, because that one's made of,
Probably.
the sequel is
Rise
made
of the
up of entirely of public domain monsters as well as his own twists on them. Like it's not it, it's that. It's not it, it's this. They have a Sasquatch, they have a Frankenstein monster that's not called Frankenstein though. Thank the fucking Lord.
Even though Frankenstein is in the public domain.
No, but no. What I'm saying is that they're not calling the Frankenstein monster the Frankenstein, which is a good thing because people keep
Wait,
confusing
Reign
the
of the
two.
Legends got a cease and desist?
Terrordrome, the fan-made game that was entirely
No, the people. Yeah, the first one with like Freddy, Jason, Chucky.
yes, that one got a cease and desist.
And
that
then
one got
they made a new one.
That's a sequel. That's with completely different characters. That's either those are in the either in the public domain or they're characters that are or these are characters that are based off an existing or based on existing characters.
I know the reason
with a
the
slight
character
twist.
choices for.
What I'm saying is that it's really odd.
Reign of the Legends.
What I'm saying is it's really odd that with all these DC, Marvel, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat projects, all of these are completely untouched. And yet Interplay wants to play hardball and think that they're playing big boy games and say, fuck you, this is ours, stop it. They're not acting like big boys. They're acting like the school bully that happens to hate you because you got a slightly different accent than all the other kids.
Yep.
This is bullying at this point. If anything, I think I for one think cease and desist to a point is bullying because because Terrordrome wasn't making any money. Like Terrordrome wasn't making.
It's a legal threat without any actual legal weight behind it. It's basically a letter of intent to file a lawsuit, but it doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Terrordrome wasn't making any money. Fighting is Magic wasn't making any money. This Clay Fighter Mugen project was definitely not making any money. The fact that they keep throwing these around and people keep giving in as if they're going to do something is bonkers to me. Because while I'm glad that Terrordrome's got a sequel, and I'm glad that eventually we got them's fighting herds, but if they didn't kowtow and just bow down to the cease and desist, I think we would have gotten a great Fighting is Magic continuation, and I think it would have been awesome to see more patches and more fixes to the already existing Terrordrome with the existing, actual horror icons. And same thing with this. If they didn't slam the cease and desist on this innocent guy who just happens to be a Clay Fighter fan, I don't think we would be here today talking about how cease and desist is bullshit.
I mean, I was saying stuff about this. It's like I got told that the DMCA is copyright done right, and then I a couple of years later, I was like, oh, what's that I said about the DMCA being bullshit? When people were abusing the DMCA to take down YouTube videos without actually having any legal rights to things that were in them. And I was like, what's that? I was right again?
At least with the DMCA, it makes sense because if you're going to make money off of someone's work, you better be doing it in a way where it makes sense and not just re-uploading their songs, re-uploading their movies.
It's broken in terms
of... It's broken, yes, but it makes more sense than cease and desist. With the DMCA, they want to make sure that you're using the property of whatever it is you're using in the right way, not just re-uploading them. Critiques, tributes, using them as like maybe background of something in the background, maybe it's like a tribute to something. The cease and desist, on the other hand, is pretty much telling you don't do that or else.
We're gonna file a lawsuit if you...
Right, with no specifics. And even if they
Keep
give
going.
you specifics, they're bullshit specifics. Like, what? Because I use your character and not something non-profit? Blow me.
Well,
Because I decided to...
And this is a thing that copyright reform would solve. Like the solution to this is just to cut the copyright term down to like 30 years at the most, I'd say.
Oh, and so,
how does a man in a giant green metal suit
okay, so
sneak up on these grunts? Because I just stealth killed 5 of them.
So Gizmo, we discussed this earlier before the stream, but there was some thing where Vic ended up acting like a boomer yet again, and
Yana?
yeah, and
Okay.
apparently his laptop ended up running out of battery. He went to go charge it after the stream, and unfortunately, he forgot to disable.
Yeah, when
OBS.
it went back, it started his live stream up again, and he didn't have a shirt on while he was reading his email. So it was like,
I'm like
people threw a fucking shit fit about that, but then again, they threw a shit fit about it when he was doing martial arts without his shirt on, and when he was repairing the Enterprise set at the Neutral Zone Studios was without a shirt on. And it's like, okay, since when was it a bad? Since when was it something to be tabooed about for a man to have his shirt off? What the fuck is going on here? You know, well, like I thought it was this. It started off as free the nipple for women, and now it's turning around and it's like men have to keep their shirt on. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? It very much just seems like this is a case of like Vic Man bad in this regard, you know?
it pretty much is.
Yeah, I think he just needs to learn how to properly use OBS or Streamlabs, because
I mean, let's be perfectly fair here. I wouldn't have expected my laptop to be running a fucking to still be running after OBS after it ran out of battery, you know.
right.
Oh, but it's a goddamn MacBook, and it's the least intuitive thing in the history of the world.
Yeah.
You know. I think what happened. He probably thought that because he clicked stop recording, it meant that he would automatically shut everything off. So maybe maybe it was a thing where he was used to just clicking record and then stop going live. That maybe he just forgot to click the button to stop going live, and he just kept on going live without knowing it. Either way, though, they're complaining about, and they're just looking for more shit to complain about, and not even like you're just looking for something to complain about. Like, no, this is
People
something really legitimate.
have done worse.
Like, come on, his shirt off,
Bigger
bro.
streamers.
Don't see
Yeah, those streamers who were caught doing worse.
You see his shoulders.
Yeah, there were people who were caught doing worse, saying slurs, saying that
Hell,
he was
Darkside Phil masturbated before his stream, and people are actually comparing Vic being shirtless to Darkside Phil fapping.
That's in no way similar. What are you doing? They're idiots.
Yeah.
He jerked his cock. He jerked his cock. Vic Mignogna just showed up without his shirt on. That is in no way similar.
Yeah, he was probably getting ready for bed.
He was probably getting ready for another workout. Maybe he was hot again. We don't know.
Well, yeah. I was like, Vic is in Georgia right now. No, I don't know if you know anything about the South, guys, but it gets hot down here.
Like, dude.
Yep.
Twitch streamers have done way worse.
Yeah, there are many female Twitch streamers.
But there have been people who outright said slurs. There have been people who outright showed their dicks, showed their tits, showed their bare ass. There have been outright times where girls were outright being railed in the ass, and they only got like
Yeah.
a day suspension. There have been times where people outright said we deserve certain catastrophic events, like Hassan Piker saying we deserve
That
9/11.
happened. Coincidentally, that happened on this very day.
Yeah, and hey, but Hassan Piker, if you happen to be like scrolling through streams nonchalantly, go fuck yourself. All right, you live in California. How about you eat yourself, you bitch?
Oh yeah. Speaking of Hassan Piker, did you see that he went full ANCAP when he had to pay taxes on the stream gear or he brought to Mexico with him?
Oh my fucking god, he was an idiot, man.
Yeah,
And
he
people
went on.
called him out
He
for it too.
went on taxation is theft when he was talking about. Then I was like, oh,
You're the same guy who
Oh,
said that the rich should be eaten. You're the rich. Don't be complaining, bitch.
what do you, dude? What is he supposed to do? Die?
These are the same. Hassan Piker acts like. You remember those? You remember that TV show, like my 1,000-pound life or whatever the fuck? And there's
My
that
600-pound life.
Yeah,
What it's
yeah,
called.
and there's like this doctor that keeps calling him out. It's like that. Where like everybody that calls him out is the doctor. He just so happens to act like those fat fucks. It's like, oh, I feel malnourished. Do you look malnourished? It was like, oh well, I can hardly walk. It's his fault. His fault? You're asking for the cheeseburgers. It's the same thing with him. Oh, dude, you know why do I have to pay taxes? You're the one who wanted the rich to pay your taxes. You are now the rich. Now pay our taxes. You fucking dull pencil, you. You unilluminated Game Boy Advance screen, you. You fucking 4-way joystick on an 8-way joypad, you.
Right.
Fucking melted popsicle, you with nothing on the goddamn popsicle.
Fucking unilluminated Game Boy Advance screen. That is a colder burn than I've ever heard in my goddamn life.
Aside from Batman saying after Joker's supposed death,
Fucking sanded down off-road tire, you. Fucking dumbass, man. We deserve 9/11, yeah? Well, you deserve to repeat first grade, bitch.
Are you smarter than a 5th grader?
This is what I mean by when I say that Twitch streamers have done worse. They're complaining about Vic Mignogna being shirtless when the Twitch streamers have gotten away with a lot worse than that. A lot worse. And I'm not talking about just the innocent guys who have done something by accident. No, I'm talking about the people who have done it on stream, not caring about the rules, not caring how draconian Twitch is, and knowing that Twitch can play favorites and do it on stream for everybody to hear and see.
Hang on, speaking of Amaranth, didn't Amaranth pop a tit out on stream by accident and only get like a 48-hour suspension?
I wouldn't put it past her if she did, accidentally or not. And I wouldn't put it past Twitch if they did that for that limited amount of time. Like, you see what I mean? What I say, that people should really just stop streaming on Twitch and just go to YouTube, go to Rumble, go to Kick, because it's less draconian there. Like, YouTube may have problems, but it doesn't have as many problems as Twitch does. At least sometimes they'll tell you what part of the video, stream or not, that they have a problem with. At least with Kick, they don't have a list of games that you're not allowed to stream.
So Game Rant has an entire article dedicated to the amount of times Amaranth's been banned from Twitch. Amaranth's first Twitch ban was in 2019, 3 years after she started streaming on Twitch.
Huh.
The sexually suggestive nature of many of Amaranth's streams unsurprisingly land the streamer in hot water quite often. And then while playing with her dog on camera, Amaranth experienced several wardrobe malfunctions. Yes, she popped a tit out on stream.
Yeah,
her first high-profile, albeit short ban, 3 days. 6 months later, she was banned, and for an IRL gym stream, although she wasn't naked on that at any point in time, purposeful or otherwise. Third time was apparently a viewer's profile picture being too suggestive. And that's fucking stupid. Fourth time was during the hot tub streaming era of Twitch.
There you go.
Yeah. Full 3 days. Fifth ban. Nobody knows why it happened. They never gave a reason. Sixth ban. Never actually gave a reason. Lasted a single day. No nudity involved whatsoever. So Amaranth has been banned from Twitch for 6 times now. And at least once was due to nudity. Other people have been banned from Twitch for nudity before, and usually only briefly. And there was that girl who got banned for, I think it was 14 days. For, like, you couldn't see it, but she was taking a dick on stream.
Oh yeah,
like,
that's what I said that was the one I referenced when I said that they got railed on stream and only got banned for like a day. She got dicked in the ass, and they didn't show that part, but
it was off screen. But, like,
it was off screen, but people know what she was doing. And Twitch only suspended her for like a day or two. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
This is why someone really needs to interview Twitch, look at who's in charge, and figure out why and how these people are keep getting free passes, and how this website is still in business.
You know, I remember I once tuned into Twitch, and I was looking on the front page. I was going there to watch a Lord Cat stream, if I remember correctly, and all of a sudden, somebody's just playing hardcore porn on the front page of Twitch, and I was like, how did you guys not figure this out?
Was he talking to his audience while doing that, or?
Lord Cat is not involved in this story except tangentially. So, like I went to twitch.tv to watch a Lord Cat stream, and on the homepage, completely independent of Lord Cat, somebody was just watching hardcore porn on stream. And I was like, okay, that's sex. Like, you're going off about all this shit, and it's like, you won't even... For a while, they wouldn't even let anybody stream on there or without having a game going on it, and then, like, to the point where, like, you had to be playing some kind of game, even if it was just Idle Simulator, or as in, like, IDLE, not IDOL. Or like Cookie Clicker or something like that.
Right.
And damn it. And they actually threatened to ban Lord Cat for streaming at too high a bit rate on Twitch as well at one point. And
isn't that supposed to be a good thing? Why would they ban him for something like that?
Because their servers couldn't handle the bitrate he was giving them.
That's a you problem. That's a you problem. Why would you ban him for that shit?
Just not accept it. Like, there are things you can do here.
Those are?
Oh, you can just, like, say, okay, here's the maximum bit rate we're going to accept. Like, you can have that as a hard cap, you know? You don't have to have that as an optional thing.
But even then, why are you telling people that they can only stream at a certain bit rate? That's none of you. First of all, that's none of your business. Second of all, that's none of your business. Third of all, that's none of your goddamn business. It's a you problem if you can't take the bit rate. I mean, holy shit, you've been around for how long? And you can't play catch up?
Well, they'd been around for quite a while by that point.
Yeah, and they haven't played catch up. They removed categories.
They've fixed it now.
Well,
this is almost 10 years ago, honestly. Hey, but
here's the problem. I said they're playing catch up, but the thing is, they are still playing catch up, and they have no idea what they're trying to catch up to. They've removed categories. They've added categories.
They've added categories nobody gives a shit about, too.
Yeah, they've added categories either nobody cares about or way too late in the game when whatever game that was being played is now just losing popularity. They're partnering up with esports, which is a dying thing, and FGC is taking over. They're fucking excuse me. They keep on hammering down the TOS, the rules but nobody, and people keep getting banned and suspended left and right, either because they're doing something that they didn't like, or because they just didn't know what basically they're getting banned for who knows what the fuck, because we know how draconian Twitch is and can be, to the point where they can ban or suspend you for no reason whatsoever. You literally can't even ban or block the heads of Twitch or the employees of Twitch. Like, okay, understandable, but then why would you have that option there to begin with if you're not supposed to let them do that? Why would you not block that? You don't want them to block you? Okay, why do you have that feature to begin with? You don't want them to.
Well, that's one of those things where it seems like you should have figured out on how to prevent mods from being able to be blocked in the first place. It's like this is the kind of thing where you're like, you shouldn't be able to. Obviously, you shouldn't be able to block fucking site staff from being able to see your stuff, because if you block site staff, if that's basically like trying to get around a fucking trying to get around the moderators. The moderation team.
Right, but here's the thing. Twitch have done...
Back in the day, we used to have, on forums, we used to have features that would say, okay, hey, like, you just can't block people who are in this category of user, which is like moderator or admin, etc. Moderator, admin, site owner. Or, those guys couldn't be blocked, and that was just one of the default things. But people also, we also used to keep a fairly good track of who our moderators were,
Right.
And Twitch is apparently incapable of doing that. Oh, god damn it.
Here's another thing. YouTube, Rumble, Kick, all these places, they are not in the least playing catch-up. They have their own thing going. They know what they're doing in terms of the streaming privileges, and keeping the rules intact. It's like, okay, we know that Kick isn't as free speechy as we thought, but at least it's a lot less draconian than Twitch. If someone gets banned off Kick, it's for good reason. If someone gets banned off Rumble, it's for good reason. Same thing with YouTube. Well, it's sort of the same thing with YouTube. They still have their heads up their asses, but at least they know. At least they sometimes tell you outright what the problem is.
And Twitch, Kick, and Rumble aren't necessarily 100% and great all the time. I've bitched about Kick often enough because their features are a little bit behind the times, we'll say.
Well, but at least they're not gonna get on your ass. If they're not gonna get on your ass, say then you're gonna stream like a game on the banned list, or let's say
when I was going on Kick and trying to stream him at 1440p, it just wasn't letting me. It wasn't like they were trying to ban me for it,
Right. But here's my thing. Every website has problems. That's obvious. Whether it be with staff, the website itself, buffering, whatever, right? YouTube's got problems. Twitch has problems. Kick, Rumble. I don't know what the problems are for Rumble, but I do know that it has problems because what website doesn't? But the thing is, I'd rather go with the website with less problems.
Checkpoint there.
I'd rather stream for a site that has less problems than a site that has too many problems. That much is obvious. Like, there's no way I can go find a website that has no problems whatsoever, because then more staff will be hired, and then they'll make actual problems for the website. Because there's no way there's a website with no problems whatsoever. Because one is going to eventually pop up it. But what I'm saying is that the lesser of two evils, I'd rather stream for either YouTube, Rumble, or in some cases, Kick. Twitch is something I am too afraid to stream on because they've banned certain words that shouldn't have been banned in the first place. They've banned games when they can easily just make an adult section of streaming.
Honestly, they should have just had an 18+ section already.
Yeah,
they should have had Twitch and Twitch After Dark. Like, people have been saying this for literally years.
Yeah, Twitch has that, Rumble has that, and somehow Twitch doesn't get it through their head that maybe someone wants to stream something a little more naughty, more raunchy. Not even just like porn games, like straight up banned games. You know, Hatred, no, I was going to say Killzone. Not Killer Instinct. Manhunt. There was another one, Thrill Kill. You know, maybe you do want to stream some more raunchy games. Like, maybe you want to stream some...
Larry.
Yeah, Leisure Suit Larry. Maybe you want to stream some Honey Pop. Maybe you want to stream some Honey Cam.
I'd love to stream some Honey Pop.
You know,
that's a great game.
For some reason, Honey Cam is banned too. That doesn't have any nudity. I mean, the good fucking lord. Throw me a goddamn bone here. God forbid you're the makers of the game.
And there's a non-nudity version of Honey Pop too. Yes.
And somehow you can get away with streaming that on YouTube more than you can on Twitch. And YouTube is anal and YouTube is the one that's anal about having porno on their site. Like, Jesus Christ.
So apparently,
God damn.
So we have this pig guy who is making hot dogs.
That's in no way. That's in no way disturbing.
Don't worry, they're 100% kosher beef.
So a burger dog.
Yeah.
By the way, this hot dog is supposed to be made with an egg that is moving about.
So it's a breakfast dog.
I don't know, actually.
In other news,
serving you those hot dogs.
In other news, Starfield has been infamous right now for not only being another fucking Bethesda game. See Razorfist's stream of seeing him actually look at the person he's supposed to talk to, literally float up and through the ceiling. It has not only been infamous for not only being another Bethesda game, but it has also been infamous for having pronouns in just the intro of the game.
We talked about that last week, though.
Well, here's the thing, though. We've talked about this. Yes, everybody has, up to the lowest of the lows to the highest of the highs. I'm just talking about guys with the less views and the more views. Now, Nexus mods temporarily had a mod where you can remove the pronouns. So now you can just put your gender, your name, and that's it. Now, we all know Nexus mods have been has been known for being a little draconian with their mods. Like, they can allow some, but not all. I think there was even news that they removed the the ability to remove the gay pride flag and replace them with the American flag in Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, that was the thing we covered back when it was new, actually.
Well, now they recently on the news because now they have banned any and all mods that remove the pronouns from the game.
Yeah, and at first that was like a hoax thing that was going around. Because
people were
somebody in the Discord who was saying, "Oh yeah, we'll totally do that," and that person apparently didn't have any moderation power on the website. Right, but then it came out then the mod was actually posted, and the mod got taken down, like the mod to remove the gay pride flag from Spider-Man, Insomniac Spider-Man, and for for the PC. And the thing is, the funny thing about the gay pride flag and Spider-Man thing is that it was activating the localization files for the Arabic version of the game, I believe. Even the Middle Eastern version of the game.
Yeah, and we all know how they treat their gays. Let's just say they like to bring the party to the roof.
Yeah. Damn it.
Let's just say when I say I throw you, they take that as a
They take that very literally.
Yeah. But it's been confirmed that Nexus Mods is banning mods that remove the pronouns from Starfield character creation, as well as also straight up banning users who are not only uploading them, but also downloading them.
That's well,
again, I will repeat this.
I guess the thing about holy shit, I was way too close to the edge there.
I'm going to repeat this. Not just uploading them, but they're also banning people who are just downloading them. They're not even in any way involved in bringing the mod back into the forums. They just want to download this and get rid of it, and that's it. They're banning those guys too.
Fucking bizarre. Because, if you're going to do anything, just ban the fucking mod.
This brings back this brings back the question I ask with a lot of these kind of things. If it's not a big deal, why are you banning it? If it's not a big deal, why are you making a big deal if they don't want it in their game? If I don't want the selection of pronouns on my job application, I should have the right not to fill it out. If my boss is making a big deal out of me not filling it out, it's a big deal. She can say, oh, it's not a big deal as much as she wants. If she's reacting in a negative way, it's a big deal. It has a certain deal to it that someone's going to react to it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be for it. If I'm making a character, it's already obvious that they're going to be either boy, girl, or a mixture between the two, depending how deep you want your character creation.
The funny thing is, the pronouns don't even do anything in the game. And most of the way the characters address you, anyways, is either by titles or by completely neutral, in-game stuff, or if you set it as they them, but you have a feminine body type, they'll refer to you who is she. If you have a male body type, they'll refer to you as he. Somebody he was. This is one of the wokies was complaining about it because the fucking pronouns didn't do shit. This is so small potatoes. Why is this? Razor Fist's video about this was great because, as he brought up, why is this a thing at all?
Here's another thing. The game looks fucking boring.
Yeah.
It's a Bethesda game.
I've seen Ben.
No. You can say it's a Bethesda game all you want. At least a Bethesda game has something happening in it. Fallout, Assassin's Creed. These games have something happening in it. You're trying to assassinate. What?
Bethesda didn't make Assassin's Creed.
No.
My point still stands. There's at least something's happening in the games.
Yeah, and here's the thing, Gizmo. I've seen Ben stream it, and I was just actively bored watching him play that game.
And I'm like, oh god, why are you playing this?
This is about space exploration. Star Trek had space exploration. This one, you're talking about space exploration.
Yeah, and Metroid Prime, Metroid Prime 3 had actual space exploration. Hell, Prime Hunters let you travel from planet to planet, and that was the DS game.
This is just people LARPing about space travel.
Yeah.
At this point, this is just people LARPing.
They're trying to LARP themselves into a revolution, basically. And I'm just baffled that this problem exists, you know? Because the way to get people to stop giving a shit about this is to just ignore the people who say it shouldn't be there, or like okay, yeah, you can mod it out of your game, whatever, you know. Like you can add like naked Bayonetta in there. You can have naked fucking Leon in Resident Evil 4.
Right.
At one point, you could have naked Ashley, but Nexus mods took that away too.
Fucking pussies.
Even though Ashley Graham is like 20-something years old and, you know, a video game character.
Yeah, God forbid we get big titties, but oh, you want to see daddy in a thong? Go fuck yourself.
We get to see Leon's schlong fully uncensored, and maybe even erect.
You know what's funny? All this 3D porn of Jill and Ashley, I feel like that's a big fuck you to Nexus.
Jill, you can actually find nude mods for, and you can find ones that make her absurdly proportioned, like ones that make her boobs twice the size of her head. And like it's the kind of thing where even as a joke I wouldn't install it. But I want it there because if it's not there, something I want might get taken away, you know?
Right.
Like people haven't thought about this shit. It was like when I brought this up back when those fuckers who did Firewatch were taking down PewDiePie's Let's Play of the game because of the bridge incident, you know? Oh, like they had this whole thing where they were like, oh, we don't agree with him, you know, with what he said during the bridge incident, so we're gonna take down his video of our game. And it's like okay, so putting aside the fact that his video about your game was resoundingly negative, you don't have the right to do that because like you don't get to set the terms about this. Like if somebody you don't like makes a video about your game, oh, that's just tough titties, motherfucker. Like if like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez were to play, say I made a game, and AOC played it, I can't take down her stream of that, because that's just not how that works. And I wouldn't want to do that anyways, because somebody might be able to take down a stream that I make about somebody else's game, whose politics I don't agree with, you know? Oh, like you, there's so many reasons why you shouldn't be able to do this. And you know, I kind of hate to keep relitigating old things, but this was a situation where I wound up getting banned from a gaming Facebook group that I co-founded. I was one of the founding members of this group, and I got banned from it because I said that, you know, you shouldn't be able to take down PewDiePie's video of him playing this game just because of something else that he did. You know, like agree with his ability to say what he said or not. It's irrelevant. He shouldn't be able to have his video taken down because of something that you said that he didn't like. That's just how that goes. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can't take down somebody's content just because you disagree with them. And that was a thing that people accepted and understood for a very long time. And then it became disadvantageous for certain parties to allow other people to talk shit about them. And rather than taking it on the chin, like some people would, and like an honorable opponent would, they tried to shut it down. And they keep trying to shut things down. And they don't understand that all that does is give people an opponent to fight against. Like, the only way that you can win in any given scenario is to give your opponent nothing to fight against. Like if in that situation, it's like, put the culture war aside for a second, and like, you can't. There's no winning in this regard. Or if you're trying to say, hey, that like, oh, you have to have this thing in your game. And well, what's stopping them from having that thing taken out of the game? Like we're gonna ban you from Nexus mods if you take that, if you post this mod. Oh, okay. Oh shit.
So, a couple things I want to say about the Glitz Pit. As you might have noticed from the last few fights I've had at here, basically, Mario has to go by the alias. It's the Great Gonzalez, because the fight promoter's like, yeah, dude, your name sounds cool, but this is even cooler. Oh, and you
Is
also...
that perhaps inspired by Sam Raimi's Spider-Man?
I don't know. Anyway. And any match that I get into, I have to do whatever the fight promoter tells me to do. Essentially for a gimmick. Oh boy, the Iron Clefts. Whoa, are those are spikes legal? I'm like, they're pokies in the Glitz Pit. By the way, these guys, you can't beat them. They are literally indestructible. You cannot damage them, not even with the Quake Hammer. So... we're gonna have to take an L. We're gonna have to take an L. As in, we're gonna have to run away.
Discretion is the better part of valor.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't typically like running away in this game. Because, you know, running away means I don't get experience, and if I don't get experience, I don't level up.
Yeah.
Okay, first, let's find out what these guys are about. That's an Iron Cleft. That guy is scary, period. Max HP is 6, attack is 4, and defense is unknown? What's with this book? It says no attack will work against Iron Clefts. It says nothing in the world is as hard as an Iron Cleft, so its defense is impenetrable. If that's true, the only way to beat it is to whack it with the other one. Running away may not be a bad idea at this point. Luckily, they move so slow that super guarding is trivial.
So did you guys know that there was a new Marvel film coming out next year?
No, of what?
Not next year, next month. That's
what,
even
Marvels?
worse. Next month. Yeah,
Talking
so
about
next
Marvels?
month
Yeah.
there's a new Marvel film coming out.
That's a good thing.
And the egg that we got
It's
hatched
oddly
into an
quiet
orange
now.
Yoshi. And by the way, the Yoshi will always refer to us as Gonzalez because that's all it knows us as.
Huh.
So, like, no, never mind.
My name?
I just came out of the
Yeah.
at egg, so I guess I don't have a name yet. You seem fired
So yeah,
up
the
about
Marvels.
it. So why don't you give me a one? Make it cool, okay? What are we naming the Yoshi? And keep in mind, there's only 8 characters, so...
Oh, sick.
Brother.
Brother? Wait, you said brother
Because
as in...
he's... Yeah,
Brother.
he's orange. Therefore, her Hulk Hogan. Therefore, ow.
Brother.
So brother.
Brother.
Anyways,
B-O-T-H-E-R, right?
Brother.
yes.
Brother.
Brother.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Brother.
No, I gotta add the exclamation point.
Brother.
Yes.
Brother.
Brother.
Brother. Huh? Not too bad, dude. Not too bad at all. Yeah.
Brother.
I like it. Okay, so yeah, this Yoshi is our partner, and he is the obligatory hover ability. Much like Parakiri. Oh, and since he's a Yoshi, we gotta ride him.
Speaking of characters, I think now is a good time to bring up the Comic Book Universe database, character database from the Magnetic Fair, in which I talk about any other, as well as any ifs, ands, or buts of who is the newcomer in the Magnetic Fair. And the first one is Bremscythe from Legends of Vox Machina. And here are the rest. Corporal Willow Hunslet from Aliens Dark Descent. Sakura Amamiya from Sakura Wars. No, they just called Sakura Wars. This is the 6th in the entry. I don't know why. Wildstyle from the Lego Movie.
Alright.
Cecil Stedman from Invincible. Balin Skull from Ashoka. Or Ahsoka. Ahsoka. Okay, thank you. Shin Hati from Ahsoka. Dagon Gera from Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Praetomorphs from Alien Covenant.
Alien Covenant, the film we don't talk about, even more than the other films we don't talk about.
Firenox from Star Wars Rebels. Ranrock from Hogwarts Legacy. Victor Rookwood from Hogwarts Legacy as well. The Gringotts Wizarding Bank from the Harry Potter series.
The fucking bank?
You do remember how they had to face a dragon and how there was a lot of mazes and shit,
Yeah, but
right? Here's the thing about the CBUB. Sometimes when they add in a location, it's for a good reason. They're not going to add in San Francisco or New York
Gotham City.
They're going to add in Gotham City. They're going to add in Metropolis. They're going to add in fictional places that have a certain relevance to it.
Ow!
Such as Gringotts, the Wizarding Bank. Ilulu from the Maid Dragon of Kobayashi-san, or, Dragon Maiden. Mariko Yashida from Marvel Comics. Killjoy from Cyberforce. Engineer from The Authority. Durlons from DC Comics. Cannon Top from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Launch.
From Dragon Ball.
Yep, I was going to say, from where? Orthax from Legends of Vox Machina.
I still can't believe they made an animated series based on that.
Shikyo from The Last Blade. Tunnel Rat from G.I. Joe.
G.I. Schmo.
Robot from Invincible. Super X.
G.I. Slow-Mo.
Super X from the Godzilla films. Super X2 from the Godzilla films. Super X3 from the Godzilla films.
Let me guess, was there a Super X4?
You would think so. The Immortal from Invincible.
Okay, Chief, I'm gonna need you to help me get out of here.
Kevdoc from The Legend of Vox Machina. Mona from Dragon Ball Super. Mr. Crime from Crime Does Not Pay. An American
Mr. Crime. I can't believe that's an actual character name.
Werewolf. Adolf Metz from Lash Lightning. Professor Byron Anders from The Legend of Vox Machina. I'm sensing a pattern. Lana Kane from Archer. Lisa Barrel from Captain Fall. Annie from Skull Island from Skull Island.
Is that Brie Larson?
It's Jaxus from Transformers Generation 2. The comics.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that has to be the comics. Chief.
Daedalus from Star Trek Atlantis.
Which character is that?
Oh, that's the ship from Star Trek Atlantis.
Oh, that's the ship. Okay, it has been a while. I was gonna say because I don't recognize that character name.
Umbrazel from The Legend of Vox Machina. Oh, now you add this guy. Jack Spicer from Shaolin Showdown. Man-Bull from Marvel Comics. Not to be confused with the Mantar.
Or Man-Bull from the She-Hulk show.
Or the Yeti. No, I never know how I never know how you pronounce this. Nukilavi from Ruby. The motherfucker that's a horse and a man combined. Monstrous. Yeah, whatever it's called. Monstrous from the Legion of Superheroes. Gold Lighton from Tatsunoko. Chroma Conclave from The Legend of Vox Machina. Serpos from Masters of the Universe. Xanon.
Hang on, which version of Masters of the Universe? Because there's like 4.
Let me see here. They don't really say. Looks like maybe the 2005 version?
Okay. That's respectable.
Let's see here. Delta Command Megazord from Power Rangers SPD.
Hey, I love that one.
Xanon from Gamera, Guardians of the Universe. Haruko Sasaki from Gundam, I think. They don't really show. I think the Wikipedia still needs work. Who? Okay, hold on. Let me just see if I can research this last character. Damn, she got some big titties. Okay. And lastly, Naval Nephew from Heroic Age. Other Magnetic Ferret news is the current contests. Let me just pop that up. The Magnetic Ferret writing contest number 4, and that is, and the theme around it is their debut. Basically, what it is that you have to use character entries that have not been used even once. So basically, you have to use a character that has not been used at all, and just give them a chance, give them at least one chance in the ring. Rules are, let me just read the official rules. On September the 1st is when the contest would be starting, and you have until the 30th of this month to submit your entries. It has to be a one-on-one match, and only a one-on-one match. You are responsible for posting the link in the same forum post, they advertised the contest. The person with the highest score is the winner and will be rewarded in a $100 Amazon gift card. You gotta be 16 or older to claim the prize as well as participate. I'm gonna tell you right now, though, it's fucking hard to find a character you want to use that has not been used even once.
Woo! We got into the major leagues, baby.
But eventually I found it. I found that nobody used Max Steel from the old school cartoon, and nobody used Laucorn Godimus from the video game movie Fatal Fury the Motion Picture. So I'm going to be using those.
Which is incidentally on our list of things to watch.
Yes.
What was on our things to watch?
The Fatal Fury
the motion picture.
Ah, okay, yeah.
God damn it, SNK, just buy the rights so you can use Laucorn and his cronies in the fighting games already. Missed opportunity. Let me just put in a link for the writing contest, just in case anyone changes their minds. Ow, son of a bitch.
Now, something I just saw, and now I'm echoing off of somebody.
Oh, yeah?
But something I just saw that...
It's off of you, Gizmo.
Fuck you, game. So... Ava DuVernay says racism and sexism to blame for audiences being more excited about Oppenheimer than her Isabella Wilkerson biopic, Origin.
Oh yeah, that checks out.
Show of hands, who knows who Isabel Wilkerson was?
No one.
Nobody. So let me just go ahead and pull up the Wikipedia page here. Isabel Wilkerson. Oh, Isabel Wilkerson is still alive. Okay. Isabel Wilkerson is an American journalist and author of The Warmth of Other Suns, the epic story of America's Great Migration, and Caste, the origin of our discontents. The first woman of African American heritage to win the Pulitzer Prize in journalism. Okay. I don't know who you are. I don't know what... I haven't seen any of your work before. Yeah. I don't even know what any of this shit is.
Yeah, that's the biggest hoot. That is the biggest hoot that.
Ava DuVernay, quick question. Do you guys know who that is?
No.
No.
Kevin, are you familiar with who that is?
No.
No, you probably wouldn't be. I am, because she wrote and directed one of the worst films ever made, Selma. And then wrote and directed a different worst film ever made. Just a right fucking disgrace to the art of filmmaking by the name of A Wrinkle in Time.
Oh, so a bad movie.
Yes, Ava DuVernay does not know how to write a coherent screenplay. Ava DuVernay is not a good director. Ava DuVernay made a almost said Michael. Made a Martin Luther King Jr. biopic without the rights to his speeches.
Oh, Lord.
And therefore had to make things up. When this man has made some of the most famous speeches in the history of the art of speech making. He is one of the most documented wordsmiths of our age. And you invented words. And people were like, people were like, it's not about whether it's an accurate story or not. It's all about the feeling. Man, it's all about capturing the spirit of Martin Luther King Jr. And it's like, okay, hey, so if you wanted to capture the spirit of Martin Luther King Jr., or you could have done any number of things.
You could have told the truth.
Oh yeah, they left a bunch of stuff out of that movie. Hey, for one thing, And they left a bunch of stuff in that didn't make any sense. And Malcolm X shows up, apropos of nothing, about halfway through the film, and then dies off screen while Martin's in jail. That's like if Piccolo showed up halfway through Dragon Ball, well, halfway through like Dragon Ball Evolution, and then all of a sudden, and then we were told, although he got killed off screen by this guy called Vegeta.
Oh fuck!
like this is not good storytelling. And you didn't give a shit about historical accuracy when you were making up things that Martin never said. And like, why are you adhering to historical accuracy? Because like Malcolm X was here. Or it's like, okay, Malcolm X was here, so what? You could have left that out and nothing would have been lost. So the film is a broken, incoherent mess, and A Wrinkle in Time is a broken, incoherent mess. And the fact that this woman was attached to do the New Gods movie before that New Gods movie was canceled.
I don't know. I feel like the Wrinkle in Time movie was more pretentious than anything.
Well, yes. Well, A Wrinkle in Time is just a bad book in general. Well, but she didn't make it any better.
In there.
Yeah. Okay, so Oprah Winfrey is to Ava DuVernay as Samuel L. Jackson is to Quentin Tarantino, in that she appears in all of Ava's films, but Oprah, despite the fact that she was once nominated for an Oscar, is not half the actor that Samuel L. Jackson is, nor is she half as entertaining. Like, I used to like Oprah too.
I never did. I never got the hype behind her.
Oh, she was a great presenter. She could host a fucking show, you know.
Something Jimmy Kimmel back in the day. Good for her, I guess.
Like my lead up was going to be, I liked her up until the point where she was kind of pushing. She started pushing all of her friends to try and get multi-million dollar media deals. It was like Dr. Oz wound up becoming one of the biggest pieces of cancer on the face of the earth after a little while.
How does he have a fucking job? He's not even a real doctor.
Yeah, it was like Dr. Phil was at least a real psychologist just at one point. I mean, Dr. Oz was good for about like a year, and then he ran out of real medical topics to talk about on his show and started peddling bullshit. And it was, quite frankly, embarrassing to Oprah. But then again, and the glut of reality TV that she spawned is somewhat embarrassing. And but my thing that I was gonna say is that I liked her right up until, like, I didn't mind her after that, because like her stuff, like, she did a lot of good shit, but the big thing that turned me against her was that she propped up Leaving Neverland as a means of trying to quell the Weinstein fervor.
So she believed everything about that nonsense.
It's not so much that she believed everything about that. It's more that she's friends with Harvey Weinstein, and she was attempting as recently as 2019, because, like I said, she propped up Leaving Neverland as a means of getting the Weinstein documentary out of Sundance. Ow! But yeah, I just got killed. So yeah, apparently there's a bunch of big names in this thing, Origin, but it's not exactly what I'd call like, ow.
What I call ow?
It's not exactly what I'd call the best. You know, it's not a contender for anything. And like,
Fuck.
the fact that nobody he knows what this is we're talking about a comparison between one of America's most famous scientists and some journalist whose most famous work was like last year, you know? Like first black woman to win in, you know, the Pulitzer Prize in journalism. And okay, who knows what the Pulitzer Prize is? Is show of hands. And it's an award for journalism, okay? Hey, now who knows what the atomic bomb was, motherfucker? Or, oh, everybody. But yeah, this film stars Vera Farmiga, John Bernthal, Nick Offerman. Nick Offerman as a plumber.
What?
As a plumber. What?
Why are they wasting Vera Farmiga in this?
Why is John Bernthal in this? How much money are they swinging around here? Apparently this came out 5 days ago, too. We're also talking about a movie from one of the worst directors in the history of film, versus a movie from Christopher fucking Nolan. The man who did The Prestige, and Memento, and the Batman films, and Inception, and whether you like it or not, like Tenet. And Tenet was a very experimental film, which was a fairly decent success as far as films in the COVID era go. You know, like I just saw Trayvon Martin, and like somebody plays Trayvon Martin in this film, and I was like,
oh boy.
Okay, what's the plot of this film? What's the point?
The plot.
Like they don't even say who Vera Farmiga plays. They don't say, hey, who Audra McDonald plays. I don't even know who she is. They don't say, hey, who like a third of the people. Yeah, they don't say who a third of the people in this movie are.
The plot of the movie is fighter kicked day ass, tried taking on Shang Tsung and failed.
Finn Whitrock as August Landmesser. Who the fuck are either of these people? Why is August Landmesser, or was a worker at Blomvoss Shipyard in Hamburg, Germany, suggested as the identity of a man appearing in 1936 in a 1936 photographed? Yeah. Conspicuously, yeah, refusing to perform the Nazi salute with the other workers. Oh my fucking god.
I'm sorry, that just sounds like a stupid made-up name.
Yeah, it's a German name.
Oh, God.
Okay, so over on Kick, we have somebody named Bosmatic03 says, I noticed something on your channel that I think needs to be amended, and I would love to chat with you more about it on Discord, and come up with a solution together. Or, how about you go fuck yourself, you goddamn bot?
Yeah.
Why do they even try?
I don't know. I don't know who they think is gonna fall for this shit. Please rate your message. There's this.
Okay, 0.
And into my chat and said that something was wrong about it and to contact them on Discord to talk about it. This is the second time something like this has happened, and if they had a legitimate suggestion, They could have told me in the chat. Report. Bosmatic03, go fuck yourself. Even though you did just follow the channel. Also, you know. I gotta ban bots if they show up. Anybody who's spamming, anybody who's chilling. Yeah.
Yeah, we know who you are.
You know who you are! You dirty son of a what?
Oh. It's Jolene.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Jolene. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta...
Fuck out of the way, Speed Racer.
I don't even...
On a second. Let's see. I got a message in the chat.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, on my end.
Oh, yeah?
Why is Nick Offerman just playing a random plumber in this film?
Because they're desperate for any star power.
Nick Offerman's star power, though?
I don't know. Any star power.
I mean, granted, he was in the best episode of The Last of Us, but...
Okay, so 10T says, Yo, I checked out Death Battle reactions and almost finished your upload. I love the brony rage, lol. I'm right there with them.
Ow.
That doesn't
there was
really
another
say
one up
what
there.
side he's on, though.
No, he was watching off the YouTube.
Well, he does. He said he's right there with us, so... Ow. Okay, that was my fault.
We're around like 109 subscribers, Alex.
Yes, we're doing pretty good.
We are.
Surprisingly. Because
How did you... Ow. How did you take that... Ow.
I take the ow, all simple. I just take the ouch and the owie.
Okay, so I know I'm going back and forth between Rogue Ogpor and the Glitz Pit, but here's the thing. I kind of need to, because if we stay too long in the Glitz Pit, it's going to get a little too repetitive. And plus, we could just go straight from there to Rogueport, or whenever we want. Now, Gizmo, how do you feel? So, I said that this chapter of Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door is basically the RPG equivalent of the WWE. How does that make you feel?
I literally don't know anything about what you're talking about.
Basically, Mario is in a Mario in this chapter is in a wrestling ring.
Okay.
And he has to wrestle with other characters. And then whatnot. This is Fran's favorite chapter of the game. And just because of that aspect. Because he's a wrestling fan. This chapter is the whole reason why back when we were going to just, do recordings and then just edit them.
Upload them to YouTube?
Yeah, and then just edit them in post. This was why we ended up agreeing that he would get to do Thousand-Year Door, or while I did Paper Mario and Super Paper Mario. And I'm just like, yeah, okay, I'll let you have that one.
There's a little something I want to try out, and it's something called reality versus fanfic. I describe to you a plot, and you have to figure out if it's a fanfic or if it's a real product.
Interesting.
You want to know the worst part about that challenge, Gizmo? Oh,
What?
it's very difficult. To tell.
Yeah, which makes it funnier.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and hit me.
Let's see here. I got too many.
Oh, actually, I have one.
Okay.
I got too many crossover fanfics in this thing.
Let me go ahead. Hang on. Let me go ahead and say something here. Eliminate forces in this sector to continue. I already did that. And so, somebody said something very strange to me at work last week. I have this thing where, you know, I ask people, you know, how they're doing, and then I ask them, you know, did you have a good week, or did you have a good weekend, or you got anything planned for the weekend? And depending on, you know, on whether it's early in the week or late in the week, and somebody said, somebody I work with, mind you, said, you know, you really shouldn't be asking people what they're doing on the weekend. Do you know who asks people what they're doing on the weekend?
Serial killers.
Rapists.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Fuck whoever said that.
yeah,
I'd actually tell my supervisor that I'd be like there.
I told my boss about that, and she cracked up. And I was like, what the hell is wrong with that person? But this person doesn't get along with anybody, so.
Right.
Was it a coworker or was it a customer?
Coworker.
Coworker.
Oh yeah, that guy totally grew up with no parents.
If it was a customer,
Oh,
if
correction,
it was a
no
customer,
loving
that
parents.
customer probably would have gotten quite a chewing out by somebody. Hey, hang on.
That's probably the closest thing to sex you'll ever get.
Huh.
Mm.
So apparently the person who played the person who's playing
that would mean he'll have to make
the
contact
person
with the
who's
person.
playing Isabel Wilkerson in this movie we were talking about that is named Anjanou Ellis,
Who?
and she was apparently nominated for an Academy Award for her portrayal of Oracene Price in King Richard, the 2021 film starring Will Smith.
I ask you again, who?
Yeah, no, this is a
By the way,
bunch of people.
By the way, Alex, I think we could actually talk about some Bleach-related news that happened last weekend.
Oh yeah?
So, last weekend, and the episode Marching Out the Zombies aired, and it seems as though Disney felt the need to really change up certain bits of dialogue from a character who revealed an unsettling fact about one of the Quincy's named Giselle Jewel, which Yumi Chika covers his nose smelling Giselle, and then he's like, "You're a man, aren't you? You can."
That's a man, baby.
And then he's like, "Hey, don't bother trying to hide it. And you reek of semen." And in the original Japanese version, whatnot, but in the ones released on Hulu and whatnot, they changed it to be like intentionally vague as to what he's referring to in terms of how he could smell. All it.
Not doing a really good job at it.
And they also changed into bit. They also changed Giselle's line of saying when he choked the life out of Ambietta before he turned her into a zombie. He said, and it made me wet, and that, but in the Hulu version, and they changed it to like, it got me really excited.
I mean that's that's a euphemism used in hentai quite a lot. So that's almost
right. But what's more disturbing for a villain that shouldn't be censored? Being excited or being turned on?
anybody else. When I choke the life out of you, I touch myself. Oh,
and and Giselle in the dub is voiced by Shinji in Netflix Ava.
Oof.
Jason Mignola is not a.
I got shook.
Jason Mignola is not good at anything.
I got a shook. I got shook. I got shook.
Wow, I'm surprised this is what got the most reaction out of you guys. Not anything else I
we kind of already talked about this a couple of days ago,
yeah.
But yeah.
And they sound feminine enough.
Feminine enough does not mean feminine.
No. I mean, like, in terms of, like...
Feminine enough for a trap.
Yeah. Giselle...
As completely opposed to Casey's portrayal of Shinji Ikari, in which Shinji sounded like a middle-aged lesbian.
Yeah. So it's just like... And it's like, either way, honestly, either version of that, I was like, I was like, Yumi Chika, you absolute legend, you. And
Gizmo.
And he's an outright
you had
savage.
You had us a challenge, I believe.
Yes. Here's a little something. It's a little old school, but let's see. Here you go. Let's see if you can tell if this is an official product without looking it up, or if it's fanfic. Professor Utonium and the Powerpuff Girls find an orphan in the side of the street. Take him in, and then later on, after trying to save one of the girls, he gets a talking to by Buttercup saying that he shouldn't be getting in the way. But then later on at night, he wakes up with a power ring in front of him saying that he has the power to overcome great fear.
Fanfiction.
I'm gonna say official product because I think there was a DC crossover at one point, right?
I feel like fanfic.
Fanfiction. It is Lantern's Light by Metro XLR 99.
Right.
I changed some things, and apparently he decided to age up the Powerpuff Girls. The boy had a crush on Buttercup. Because Buttercup slugged him in the face, he decided to go out in the rain and got the power ring from there, and there was a time skip.
Is the kid's name Hal Jordan?
Yeah, you would think so.
Is it Alan Scott?
No.
Is it Guy Gardner?
No. It's just some kid.
Okay, then.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no relation to Hal, Guy, John, nothing. Not even Kyle.
That's fucking stupid.
It's odd, I gotta say, but it's fan fiction. Let's see, what else can I use? Oh yeah. Let's see if I can find that one. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. Okay. This one takes place in Red Bank, New Jersey. An off-duty Ghostbuster is basically just fucking around and meeting up with a future employer called Dante. No, not that Dante. Get your head out of Capcom's ass.
I was gonna say,
Get your head out of Capcom's bunghole. It's not that Dante.
If this is going where I think it is, that's gonna be a 110% fan fiction.
Yeah, that's not it.
Because I've read every official Ghostbusters crossover there is.
What happens is that he and that same Dante character are framed for murder in an entirely different location than they were. So they could not only go to the nearest convenience store to pick up their friend, but they also decide to team up with a couple of drug dealers called Jay and Silent Bob.
This sounds like fanfiction.
Easy, soldier. Easy, soldier. God damn, I'm the Master Chief. Stop shooting at me.
They drive back to New York. They give Jay a proton
I'm the
pack.
fucking Master Chief, bro.
They give Jay a proton pack, and before he could even pull the trigger, the OC that is the other Ghostbuster employer decides to tell him off and say how he's practically wearing a radioactive piece of shit. And he better not pull the trigger, otherwise he'll be haunting his ass.
Again, this sounds like fanfiction.
Fanfic.
I'm gonna go fanfic here.
Screwed in Jersey by Ecto Dude. This is indeed fan fiction, and what I have said may have been over-exaggerated, but it's accurate.
Who's the Dante?
Dante Hicks from the Clerks. He as well as the random Ghostbuster LC. Dante Hicks as well as the random Ghostbuster LC has been framed for murder. So now both of them as well as the other View Askew characters have to figure out who did it while being chased by ghosts.
I was gonna say this is either gonna be like Clerks or something else weird, because I can't think of any other Dantes aside from like Sparta and Alighieri.
Let's see. Oh, yes. I just found this one, and it just finished up. Here's another one. Let's see. Oh, no, wait. Wrong one. Oh, wait. Yeah. Alphabetical. Terry Bogard from Fatal Fury fame is walking around as usual, and not in Southtown, but in Tokyo. Wandering around the streets, he sees a guy and a giant robotic motherfucker getting in a street fight, and people are just calmly watching as they bet on the giant mech guy. Terry decides to cut in. He beats him with his bare hands, the robot guy.
He's soldier.
But the difference here is that they didn't cheer for Terry. They thought it impossible. Because the guy that was a robot is the norm. They called him a boomer, and the police of that area thought that Terry was as well because he beat him with his bare hands. So they decided to scan on him. And they find out he's 100% human.
Is this a Blade Runner fanfic?
No,
There's
not
no
Blade
way
Runner.
we're gonna get 3 fanfics in a row. I have to go with official.
And because he's been sticking around there for a while, not only does he get the attention of Geese Howard again, but he brings back Wolfgang Krauser in a robotic state. You still need more. You still need a little more to figure it out.
Fanfic.
Yeah.
Later on, Terry actually defeats the robot Krauser and gets his friends Andy, Joe, Rio, Mai, and Kyo, as well as Yori, to help him out of a bind because the company that made the thing called Boomers have also captured Terry to experiment on. A little more?
I don't know.
Or you got your answer?
Look, I already answered fanfic.
I can't even I can't even fucking. And I'll go official because I know what I should know what Boomer is from, but I don't.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else?
I said fanfic.
Okay. Fanfic, Bubblegum Fury by frequent reader. Terry Bogard is transported to the world.
3 fanfics in a row.
Terry Bogard is transported to the world of Bubblegum Crisis.
Huh. Oh,
Which have
I should have known that.
Which have the enemies called Boomers and the police force called Night Sabers. 11 chapters and over 85,000 words. Let me go a little older. No. Oh, that one's obviously no. Spooderman. Okay. An American soldier is basically isekai'd, and he finds himself.
Listen, kid, you can shut the fuck up. I love this music.
A guy is basically isekai'd into a world of fantasy, and this happens to be an American soldier that was serving in Afghanistan. During his journey, however, he meets a few familiar ancient warriors. That is of later on Raphael, Mitsurugi, and Shanghua. The difference is none of his modern weaponry work, and he's only left with his close quarters combat knife. 2004, this was released.
It's gotta be fanfic.
With a year as specific as 2004 as the release date, I'm on the fence.
Gavin?
Because
Official.
Damn, you're really thinking hard on this, huh?
No, I said official.
No, I'm talking to Alex.
I'm not really thinking all that hard because I'm currently trying to find out what piece of music that was playing during the drop sequence here.
Anyone else? No?
no, I said fanfic.
.45 Caliber Soul by PJ's Daddy. It is about an American officer serving in Afghanistan being transported back in time into the world of Soul Calibur. 11 chapters and over 1,900 words.
This is all just going to be fanfics, isn't it?
No, it's not. Here's another one. Shingo Yabuki goes back in time, and instead of any familiar timeline that anyone would be able to spot, he goes back in time in what only seems the feudal era, but with some exceptions. Instead of swords and archery, people are fighting with their fists, similar to his own friends and allies. Friends, allies, and enemies.
Oh, it's the Flood.
He tries to tell the person that looks a lot like Kyo that he is the ally of the teacher that teaches Kyo's actual martial art. But they don't believe him because you know how family traditions are. They're kept within family and no outsiders.
Oh, hi, Bowser.
So he meets people that look like Iori, he meets a person that looks like Kyo, and he meets people that look like other allies and
I
enemies.
believe that's an official King of Fighters game.
Yeah,
Official.
I have to agree, official.
You all
Or
think it's
at least
official?
an official King of Fighters crossover thing. And yeah, I'm gonna go official. Picked up a few hundred rounds for the assault rifle. I'm gonna need them. Oh, it's the flood. It's the flood. It's the fucking flood.
The King of Fighters Shingo's side story.
No.
It is an official manga, not a video game, where Shingo accidentally goes back in time.
Ah.
About fucking time.
Dear God, they look fucking stupid at first, but the flood are fucking absurd. Ugh. Ugh. Ah. God, my fucking skin still crawls whenever I see these guys.
Okay. Oh. Okay, this is a good one. This is a good one. Here's another one, and this will be the last one for the day. See if I can learn how to... Originally... No, wait, no, that's the wrong word. Superman meets up with the... Okay, so this would be a story of Superman and a comic book series called The Dirty Pair. It's a crossover, and
Oh, that was...
it would...
We already know this. This was supposed to be an official crossover, and it never
I will
happened.
throw you for remembering that. God damn it.
You told us about this literally yesterday.
I thought you wouldn't remember that.
I
Haga!
need this right now because the flood are a little bit freaky. I say a little bit. This is very freaky. Ah!
Okay,
It's
I
like
got
fungus,
another
but
one.
worse.
Let's see here.
God. Damn it.
This will be a tricky one. This one is about how Sailor Moon and Ranma One Half cross over in a story where Ranma Sayotome is mistaken for the next Sailor Senshi called Sailor Sun, which is something that you'll find a lot in common on the internet. I'll tell you why in a minute. Except it's not her male. It's not his male form. It's his female form that is given the scepter to transform into Sailor Sun. During this little debacle, Ranma's characters also cross over to help out Sailor Moon and her allies to defeat demons from the Negaverse.
Open the door.
To gather more energy from humans and mortals alike. The hot water cold water trick does not work on Ranma when he is in the female transformed state. And nobody knows that Ranko, and Sailor Sun are the same person up until the last minute.
That's just dumb.
But is it official or fanfic?
Fanfic.
Yeah? Fanfic?
You
sure?
It's blatantly obvious.
Everybody needs to get the fuck out of...
Well, you'd be half wrong. Sailor Ranko is an official web comic, and actually had an audio drama on MySpace that lasted all but one episode. It is currently has a Patreon. They have a Discord. They have a Twitter. They have a Facebook. And they have been going on ever since 2008.
See,
the fact that that reaction.
Yeah.
Oh, bet.
Die.
Yeah.
Tenty says, say hello to Gizmo for me. Loved him in the reaction.
Who?
Tenty.
La, 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 la.
The person who was giving their reaction earlier. Or in the death battle.
Yeah, but thank you. Anything else that needs to be reported on?
Not that I can really think of.
Also, are you guys going to be participating in the magnetic magnetic ferret lighting contest?
I'd like to, but I rarely ever have time for stuff like that. And like I'm still trying to hit some of the other stuff that I've been working on undone. We just put out a new chapter of our X-Men First Class adaptation, actually. Yeah, so that took up last Wednesday. Shotgun.
Oh, who does Kevin play as? Beak?
No.
What?
Oh, as in we're writing this?
Oh, okay. So, but then you're eventually going to have voice actors for it.
No.
No, it goes out on
just the writing
fanfiction.net and
Okay, that's
Archive.rom.
fine. That's fine.
Shotgun is the perfect anti-zombie weapon. Is the Flood kind of our zombies? Kind of.
They are zombies. They're undead. They take over a dead body and they reanimate it. That's the definition of a zombie.
They're freakier than zombies, though. Oh, because this shit keeps going.
They're a type of zombie.
Right.
Hypothetically, yes.
Hypothetically, my dog is a pit bull.
Just like how Dead Space, those Dead Space enemies, they're a type of zombie too.
These are like the unholy hybrid of a zombie and a fucking face hugger. God damn. I have weapons now. Go. Okay.
Oh, and what's going on this Friday?
Need to die. This is the next video game movie. The Far East of Eden film.
The what?
Far East of
Eden.
What is that? I never heard of that one.
Oh, Far East of Eden. It's a role-playing game, if I remember correctly. It's actually fairly
Does it?
Fairly well known. Hang on, let me.
Does it go under another name?
Oh, let me pull this up here real quick. Far East of Eden in Tengai Makyo is the Japanese name.
Far East of Eden. Does not ring a bell.
You know, there is a character in Bravely Default called Ring a Bell.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Far East of Eden is like the part of the big three of Japanese role-playing games. It's like Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest were the top two, and then Far East of Eden was the number three. Although Far East of Eden was technically superior in some ways.
How so?
Well, it was the first game to use fully animated, it had fully voiced cutscenes on CD. It was the first game to have fully sequenced Red Book CD music. But unfortunately, it was mostly released on the PC Engine CD, aka the TurboGrafx CD.
Oof.
Yeah.
That was when add-ons were
Oh,
looked
you
on.
fuckers. God damn it! Click, click, boom!
Sorry about that.
Some of these guys were my friends, asshole.
So, so Alex, Gizmo, I don't know if we talked about this once before, but there was a, do you guys remember a time when the Game Grumps actually played this game, the one that I'm doing?
No,
Vaguely, yes.
I don't watch Game Grumps. I only know of them.
Can I finish what I'm saying?
Used to be JonTron and,
I know who they were.
Aaron
It's just I
Hansen.
never watched the. I just never watched the Game Grumps show. I only know of it.
Okay, so essentially, there was a point where Aaron was playing this game, and let's just say he apparently got really fed up towards people who were trying to give him advice about badge composition and whatnot.
they're just trying to be helpful.
Yeah,
Even if they're not you can just ignore them.
he is accusing them of backseat gaming.
People are going to do that whether you want them to or not, Aaron.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
And then it's like at one point later in the game, he's like, I don't know how we should proceed. Maybe we should ask people what they think about the badge. It is in a very sarcastic and dismissive manner.
I mean, that might be a good way to start.
They basically acted like assholes.
Jesus. Oh, fucking hell. Don't get up.
Don't get up.
Good. Fucking hell. I fucking hate the flood so much.
You want to know what the worst part is, Alex?
They're gonna come back.
No, not that. There is the basic unversed in Birth by Sleep is named.
God damn it.
Is named Flood.
Oh, yay.
So yeah.
Who's shooting at me? Oh, that guy.
I wonder who
Sorry, buddy.
I wonder who this X person is. Gizmo, do you think Racer X might have been isekai'd to Paper Mario?
Bruh.
What? It was a genuine suggestion.
The fact that it was a genuine suggestion and not a joke.
I'm kidding.
Now you say that now.
I know who X is. I'm just making a joke.
That would have been funny, though.
Hmm?
Yeah,
Well,
unfortunately, the Far East of Eden hasn't released a single game since 2005.
Yeesh.
Kind of
my way.
unfortunate, considering it used to be, one of the top 3 biggest games of all time.
Yeah, you would think they would keep on making them.
Oh, you'd think they'd keep on making a lot of stuff, but
But no. You know, it's weird how the third chapter has a us in this game similar to Tubba Blubba in terms of appearance and probably species, but He is nothing like that villain. I'm not joking about that. Mr. Grubba?
Ben hasn't been here for a while. Ben hasn't been here all day. I hope he's doing all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he posted some updates and announcements.
Yeah. He's gonna probably do, he might do tomorrow for a stream, but who knows?
I think I'm gonna have to look for someone to take a look at my Wii. I've been getting like these audible, like noise thing, like these audible noises, not audible noises, visual noise. Is that the right way?
Oh,
to
yeah.
put it?
On the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of cable are you using?
Regular HDMI. I'm
Through
using it
what?
through an HDMI adapter. It's the classic
You might-
white one that you see.
Yeah, you probably want to get one of the you probably want to get like a Wii HDMI cable, like one of the ones by Hyperkin.
I actually have a
There's those.
HDMI adapter.
Well, here's the thing. It's been going on for a while, even before this.
Well,
Even
the
before.
thing is, those Wii HDMI adapters, there's the little white ones with the that go from the thing to the HDMI.
Yeah.
Those are somewhat notoriously unreliable. Oh, they'll last for a little while and then they'll fail, and sometimes they'll mess shit up when they do. So
Right,
it's usually a good idea.
Well, here's
What
the
I'm saying is,
In the first-
what I'm saying is that the visual audio or whatever the hell is it's been happening for a while now before I even got that.
And by the way, Alex, the
Might be a grounding issue.
the HDMI thing on my end and hasn't caused any issue. It was not after the first stream I did of Pokemon Coliseum when I got a new one, and it actually worked much better.
Like, you wouldn't be able to see it on the stream. I'm right here in front of my TV. There's like a lot of, how do I put this? There's like a lot of
There's stuff dancing on the screen.
yeah, stuff dancing on the screen. There's
Yeah,
some
my
like
Xbox
green.
does that.
There's some areas on the TV that there's some areas on the TV screen that are like turning green, like green
Yeah, that's
flashes,
something
that
my
kind of thing.
Xbox does.
Yeah,
You probably.
it used to
God
be
damn
just. It used to be just the black and white dots dancing all over the screen before I got the HDMI. I had a problem like this even like years ago too.
Yeah,
I need someone to look at the Wii.
Yeah, my Xbox does that, and apparently it's due to failing capacitors inside the system, and which means I need to just take the thing apart and take out the capacitors and put new ones in.
Yeah, I'll probably have to do that too then.
I am legitimately fucking lost now.
Come on. Bitches.
Need to figure out a way to get back up.
Yeah.
See if I can get back up here.
Come on. Come on.
Hey, come on, help a guy out.
Come on. Just... Oh, screw you. Alright, whatever. It's just second place. Oh, forgot there was like one list. There was a piece of news I should have put in the news as a suggestion box. Where did I post this up? Don't know why I never. Ah, here you go. Sad news, Japanese Tokyo Lab Company, which is archiving many old anime since 1955, will close in November, and they'll have to destroy all the masters unclaimed by rights holders.
All right, boys. You know what we're doing. It's time for a heist.
And the list of anime include...
Oh, thank fucking God, there's real people here and not zombies. Although this guy does have a thing sticking out of his head. Why do you have a thing sticking? Your hair! The fucking hair on these guys is... Look at this! Look at this! Why do all of these guys have spikes sticking out of their heads?
The list of anime include the 07 Ghost, 2001 Yamanagata, 21 Emin, 21 Emin Uchui Yarasahai movie, Axel World, 80 Police, At City, Babel 2, Baby Love, Blue Seed, Bobby's Girl, Case Closed, Kashan, Cat-Eyed Boy, Colorful, Devil Lady, Devil Hunter Yoko, the Dirty Pair series, Doraemon movies, Up the Ass. From what seems like from 2012 and before. What?
To sum it up, this is the equivalent of the burning of the Universal Archives from about 10 years ago.
Aiken, Elf Band,
probably about 15 years ago now.
Elsia, F-Zero, Fortune Quest,
God damn it!
Flying Witch.
Why are you shooting at me?
GTO, Great Teacher Onizuka. Here is Greenwood, the Inuyasha movies, the Inuyasha series. Is it wrong to try and pick up girls in a dungeon? The OVAs and the original show. Is this a zombie? The Lupin the Third series.
Ouch.
Jesus Christ.
Loveless. The Mobile Suit Gundam series.
Now those
and
I
I'm
know.
Talking,
Sunrise.
I'm talking all of them.
Sunrise damn well better take care of those, because otherwise, as there is going to be literal war.
Yep.
The Naruto series. Momotaro.
We can do without that.
Momotaro. Ninja Scroll the movie. Ninja Robots. One Punch Man. Outlaw Star. The Prince of Tennis series.
Oh
Power
shit, did I accidentally skip a cutscene?
Keep in mind, I'm skipping a lot. The Song of Baseball. Surekai Anpanman. That's apparently an entire series. It's a long list of them. Star Blazers. Starship Girl Yamato. Student Days. Suikoden. Teasing Master Tagaki-san. Tepe. Terror Story. Three Little Gods. Trava. Wannabes. Wizardry. Wolf Guy. The Yu Yu Hakusho series. The Yu-Gi-Oh series.
Were we talking about the Toei series?
The Yu-Gi-Oh series. The Yu Yu Hakusho series.
Yes, I want to go back to the last chick.
Crayon Shinchan series. These are movies. City Hunter series. Captain Tsubasa series. The Cardcaptor series. More Case Closed series. Bleach series.
Jesus, tap dancing Christ.
Bounty Dog. Big Wars. Beyblade the Original. Astro Boy, the 2003 film. Attack on Titan. Armored Trooper. Armored Dragon. Alice in Cyberland. Appleseed. Adventure of Gamba, Ice City, AD Police. Keep in mind, again, I'm skipping a lot. Doraemon, the series. Dorami and Doremus series. Erotic torture chamber. It sounds like a fucking hentai. Yeah, it's an actual hentai. Wow, they're even okay. That's not good either. Excel Saga. Fairy Tale. Fake. Familiar of Zero series. The Fatal Fury movie trilogy.
You know, those are pretty well preserved. So, they're not in any real danger.
The fact that they're gonna destroy the originals, though.
Well, they're not going to destroy them. I'm like, they're going to be. Those are going to be. Those are going to be pretty well taken care of.
Once they close, they'll have to destroy all the masters unclaimed by right holders.
Yeah, I somehow doubt, given the amount of care that they've taken to the Fatal Fury masters so far, I somehow doubt that those negatives are going to be among the unclaimed.
It's the fact they're going to destroy any of them at all is what bothers me.
Oh God, you. Thanks, Guilty Spark. You had a chance to destroy the Flood and you didn't.
They could be destroying negatives of the shittiest anime that have gone on for 50 episodes. They're still destroying history.
Yeah, no, they shouldn't be doing it anyways. But they're.
This is CW levels of bullshit.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah, most likely not going to be putting those on the chopping block. Although if they do, some heads better fucking roll.
Keep in mind, not all of them have been claimed by the rights holders.
Right. Somebody's actually surprised by the Coup Patrol enemy that I'm fighting actually being a real sprite, and not just something that was an OC for Super Mario Brothers Z. And that was something 10NT said. Bit of advice: if you keep doing death battle reactions, I suggest making the thumbnail the actual death battle thumbnail with your own twist, so people are more likely to click on it. Current thumbnail is confusing a bit. That's what 10T suggested.
Maybe have a Don Cheadle head somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe Don Cheadle as one of Discord's eyes.
Hey, at the very least, this person is actually telling us in the chat and not saying, "Hey, invite me to just talk to you."
Yeah, invite me to Discord. Yeah, none of that bullshit. Yeah, he's right though. Maybe you guys should start making some thumbnails for like the reactions and stuff like that.
Maybe just put our
people won't.
Maybe just put our avatar, hers.
Well, like create like art for just to show our avatars are watching Death Battle or something like that. Here's an idea I got: have our avatars just like sit somewhere in the corner as a way to show that they're watching something on the screen.
Yeah,
and you'll have like a projected.
Yeah, that's actually what I was suggesting.
And have like a projected green screen image on the upper right corner, and you could put any thumbnail they are there to show what it is we're reacting to. Like later, if it's not Death Battle, you can take that Death Battle, whatever Death Battle thumbnail you made, and replace it with maybe a video game movie, and replace that with with something else, that kind of thing. Shit, I didn't realize I was racing.
I'm gonna go back and.
It's a shame I can't. It's a shame I can't hear anything on my laptop. And for audio.
Yeah,
it comes out on the audio
Progress,
input capture.
better.
It's just, you know. Oh. It's just the thing
Here's a little.
it's just the thing is like, I really like this game's music, especially when you finally do fight against Rockhawk in this stage. It's hype as hell, Gizmo. I'll link you to the soundtrack after we're done here.
In other news, Mario Kart Tour stops adding new content.
What a shock.
Not really. When it comes to mobile games, shit keeps on getting added. Nintendo's Mario Kart Tour game announced on Monday that after October 4th, no new courses, drivers, karts, or gliders will be added. The game will retain service, but tours will consist of content that has previously appeared in the game. The game's final new tour, an anniversary tour, will begin on September 20th. The game removed the Pipe Gotcha feature, which previously allowed users to trade in-game currency for randomly generated drivers, karts, and gliders in September 2022. That October, the game added a Spotlight Shop feature, which enables users to choose and purchase a rotating inventory of drivers, karts, and gliders. Nintendo also added a new battle mode. Nintendo announced the app in February 2018 as a new game in the Mario Kart game series and the first in the series for smartphones. The game is free to start, and a Nintendo account is necessary. Nintendo planned and developed the application, while Dena is responsible for the backend, such as servers, infrastructure, and analysis. The latest game in the Mario Kart series is Mario Kart 8, which shipped in Huggies. Okay, so that's disappointing. I thought there would be more added to Mario Kart Live Tour. Oh, another manga creator passed away.
Which one?
Yeah,
Space Adventure Cobra manga creator Buichi Terasawa passes
that's who it
away.
was.
The official Twitter account for Space Adventure Cobra manga creator Buichi Terasawa's works revealed on Monday that Terasawa passed away due to a heart attack on September 8th. He was 68. In 2003, Terasawa had revealed that he was diagnosed with malignant brain tumor in 98, and he underwent surgery. He also revealed that despite radiation and chemotherapy treatment, the cancer relapsed. His second surgery left him paralyzed on the left side of his body. Terasawa was born in 1955 in Hokkaido, and in 1976 he moved to Tokyo to study under Osamu Tezuka.
Tezuka being the father of anime.
Yeah.
Astro Boy.
Astro Boy and Kimba the White Lion.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah, and Tenti also said that they just discovered our channel and they loving the stream so far. They just couldn't tell all that we did reactions until they read the title. Most people don't read.
Not XQC reactions. We actually give a reaction.
Yeah, we react so hard that people tell us we need to stop because we're pausing the video too much, which is a good thing.
Boo-hoo, we have things to say.
And Tenti also said, why is Mario Kart Tour still a thing? It was shite.
No, I played it. It's actually pretty good. It's not as bad as people think it is.
Soldier.
I mean, why do you think tracks have been ported from there to Mario Kart 8?
I like how they...
Am I really replaying this whole level just to watch one cutscene? Yes.
By the way, Gizmo, Alex, you guys still need to get your hands on Mario Kart 8.
I told you I got Mario Kart 8 now.
Oh yeah, Great Lyle.
Cool.
Great Lyle allegedly got scammed by an AI artist into paying $500 for an AI piece.
Ooh.
That's when you double check your sources.
Yeah.
Although I will have to check on this myself because the AI art checker thing thing that exists is notoriously bullshit. Because it'll say, hey, like 95% sure something isn't AI for something that a 4chaner has literally just made, hey, using Midjourney or something like that.
Mario, as a plumber, goes down the toilet.
Here's something that I didn't know. Berserker manga starts new arc, gets new chapter on September 22nd.
It's gonna be interesting to see where they go after what happened at the end of the last arc, because holy crap.
Looks like they get it looks like he gets a daughter.
Actually, Guts has a son.
That's a son?
Yeah, the mangaka made that very clear.
Oh boy. I wonder how they're gonna mess that up. And not mess up as in like, oh fuck, nobody likes this. Mess up as in like, fuck up his life some more.
Which by the way, that child of Guts ended up being the vessel for Griffith.
Oof!
And
So they found a way.
Griffith kidnapped Casca again.
Oh, boy.
And right after Casca finally made some sense of recovery, despite still being deathly afraid to approach Guts due to the curse in her heart.
Jesus.
Yeah, that trauma runs deep, and
Why wouldn't it?
And unfortunately, Guts can't even hold his sword anymore.
But
no, as in like he can't bring himself to grasp his weapon.
Oh, so it's like a PTSD thing.
So you know how Guts really finds safety and comfort in having his sword right nearby him?
Right.
Well, now he can't even he can't even bring himself to touch it.
Wow.
Because now it's like he doesn't feel safe at all.
Huh.
That's how bad it was.
Eventually, they're gonna have to kill off Griffith.
Yeah, it's gonna be hella cathartic and if that finally happens. Oh, and by the way, Rockhawk is next up in my fights.
Rock on cock?
Rockhawk.
Ah, rock on cock.
Rock, H-R-A-W-K. A hawk, H-A-W-K.
Ah, I see. Rock on cock. Like this. Like this. Like this.
The Little Mermaid amongst most viewed film premieres ever on Disney+.
Liar! Liar!
After hitting the streaming service on September 6th, the live-action adaptation tallied 16 million views in the first 5 days, making it the most viewed premiere on the platform since Hocus Pocus 2, which was also a giant pile of bullshit.
Liar! They're gonna make me rich. I'm not a rich. I'm Disney Plus account. You get a cookie if you know that reference.
I do not.
You get no cookie then, bitch. It was chocolate chip too.
Oh, so it's something that's actually good.
Oatmeal raisin's good, ho.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Oh shit, I died. He did. Oh wow, official manga of Big Mac getting it together with Azula from Avatar The Last Airbender is in development and it's going to be released in about 2 months.
Why?
No, I'm kidding you.
Who? Hang on. Who and Azula from Last Airbender? What?
I was kidding. Dude, you literally thought that was a real thing.
I would hope that wasn't a real thing.
I was hoping you weren't talking about the Big Mac I was thinking of.
Yup.
Yup.
Yep, that same one.
Oh, and Tenti says that he loves when people pause the video and actually add something to a video Oh, so pausing
Thank
it is
you.
an issue.
Thank you.
Yeah, there should be nothing wrong with that.
Like we had so many people complaining about how we pause the video too much and how much we talk about how the shit that goes on in the
Are
videos,
they
and
not
it's like,
familiar with goddamn Mauler?
yeah, we're students of the long man, and we do long things here.
Yes.
We even have a second channel, well, second, third, fourth, fifth. We have another channel where we sometimes review other people's review content, and that involves us pausing and to talk about their bullshit.
Yes.
Come on, there we go. Escape! Way ahead of you, game!
Another Sword Art Online video game was announced. I'm just gonna stop right there. I'm gonna stop right there because I am sick of all these single-player, 4-player Sword Art Online games when they could just make a proper MMO based off of it. You cowards! You dumb motherfuckers!
Where'd you come from?
You dumb motherfuckers who still chew on your Wii U fucking cases. You stupid bitches who take out the cover art just to save room.
What the fuck?
You stupid asses who think that cooling down your food means it tastes better. Guys who legitimately think Naruto dressing up in orange means he's gonna be a real ninja, not a theoretical ninja.
Nah.
What?
Yeah.
What? Tell me you're making this up. Tell me that's not a real thing.
No, what I mean by that is people really think that he's wearing orange just so he can be a ninja and stealthy. No, he's wearing that
orange
because
is the opposite of stealthy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's literally.
he's
ninja
wearing that to get
Goku.
attention.
Yeah, that's literally the whole point of his character.
Yeah, and people thought he was good. It's fuck. How do I say this?
Let's go check out the sketchy desk.
He's rebellious. That's the point of his character. It's sort of like Anakin's character in the Star Wars series. Having a laugh, banging his wife, getting a kid, getting along with people, making friends. That's the opposite of the Jedi Order, and yet he's doing a good job, and he wants to be part of the Jedi Order. He wants to prove himself, just like Naruto. He wants attention, he wants to be seen, he still wants to be a ninja, but he's rebelling in a way. It's sort of like how Liu Kang grew out his... It's sort of like how Liu Kang grew out his hair. It's like, oh, monks shave their heads. Yeah, but he clearly grew it out as a way to rebel. That's not how it was at first, but they made it That's not how it was at first, but they made it into a storyline thing.
Alright, so now we're at the Glitz Pit without anybody here. Okay, Grubba, what do you got for us? You've been jerking us around
He
this
dropped me
whole
a
time.
rope.
And it
Did you
turns...
say Grubba?
Yeah,
Is the gang Green Gang in Mario Party now and Paper Mario now?
No, this guy's name is actually Grubba.
Oh, so the gang Green Gang is in Paper Mario.
The gang Green Gang is not in this game.
So why are you saying that Grubba's in the game?
Because that's the name of the dude that I'm fighting.
So the gang Green Gang is in Paper Mario.
Oh my god, no they're not.
The gang Green Gang. Ah! God damn it, Chief.
And now he's using the Crystal Star to power up, and he became bulky. With Macho Grubba!
Macho.
See, you're saying his name again. Why don't you get the other parts of the gang Green Gang?
They're not in this game.
Who are the gang Green Gang?
They're from Powerpuff Girls.
They're a villainous group of street gangs in the Powerpuff Girls, and the reason why they're called the Gang Green Gang is because they got gangrene and their skin turned green. Hence, Gang Green Gang.
Also, the gang Green Gang ended up crank calling people. I'll just so that the Powerpuff Girls would try to attack the other villains like Mojo Jojo, Fuzzy Lumpkins, and him.
And Grubber, and they were able to do that because Grubber was able to imitate voices.
Yeah, he does it flawlessly.
And apparently he got a crossover with Paper Mario.
No.
Yes.
You just like being wrong, Gizmo.
Bro, you know I'm kidding, right?
Whatever, man.
The fact you actually thought it was a serious answer.
Yeah, well, you get on me for not getting your quote-unquote jokes.
Bro, you think that they're not jokes, that's the thing.
Ow!
You clearly don't know they're jokes.
The jokes weren't funny in the first place. If you have to explain them...
No, that's the thing. You don't know they're jokes to the point where you think I'm serious. I could say, why did the chicken cross the road? I could say, why did the chicken cross the road? That's none of your fucking business. Why are you asking me? You'll think I'm actually being rude to you.
I mean...
No, but the joke is...
I'd say that one's kind of obvious.
The joke is that you're butting into someone's business. That the joke is that you're trying to stick your nose into someone else's business, and I'm trying to cover for them. And the fact that I have to explain that, just in case you think it's serious.
Oh dear.
Just like that licking cheeseburger comment I made, you thought that you actually thought that I saw you as a person to only lick a cheeseburger as a way to taste food.
That's an interesting joke.
Yeah, I made the joke that it was another bro force thing. I said like, hey, you don't just lick a cheeseburger. I think it was like around. I think it was like, oh, are you the same kind of person who would lick a cheeseburger and then puts it back down and says, oh, I'm done with this meal? Yeah, it was I think it was something along those lines. He thought that I actually thought that he legitimately licks cheeseburgers as a way to eat his meals.
Hypothetically, you could probably eat a meal that way, but it would be very difficult.
But with a cheeseburger though, I mean, it's not a popsicle. Woo!
And Grubba is down. Yarr!
Tripping balls, bruh! Ooh,
if
tripping
only
balls.
the curse went off there. That would have been so cool.
Oh, shit.
Getting flower points.
Balls.
No! How'd this happen? How could such a perfect bod like mine lose to such a chump? Oh, great Gonzalez. Great fight. Ain't there, son? Great fight.
Gizmo is an avid enjoyer of Rickettus and Mortis, as his jokes are too advanced for our simple minds to understand, says Tenty.
Yeah, you have to have a 900. You have to have 900.
Speaking of which, have you guys seen in the teasers for Rick and Morty where they don't actually show you the new Rick and Morty voices?
What? Is that what they're doing?
Yeah. Okay, so do you want me to link them to you?
Please.
Okay. Let me pull this.
Sounds ridiculous already.
Prince Mushy, you discovered the secret of my power-sucking machine. I had him disappear. Any which way you look at it, he ain't around these parts no more.
Okay, I put it in broadcast chat.
Let me see. Let me see.
And it turns out the quote-unquote Prince Mush was in the machine the whole time.
Oh shit, they're finally asking us to do a promo. Took them long enough. Season 7 is gonna be like so epic. Morty might finally date Jessica. Maybe Jerry will get a job. Anything's
Can you not play the audio?
Yeah. We can hear that, man.
Gorgeous summer battalion to crumble the
Gizmo,
intergalactic-
stop playing the audio.
I'm not playing the audio.
Then why?
We are hearing it though.
Yes, we are literally hearing it. Oh my god. Now we have the third crystal star.
Wasn't that guy found innocent though? Why would they need to recast?
Yes, but you know that's never stopped Hollywood. Johnny Depp still hasn't been cast for the new Pirates of the Caribbean film they're allegedly working on.
But didn't he say it was because he's officially done with it? Like, this sounds like he's doing it like voluntarily.
Well, no. Oh, like Johnny Depp loves playing Captain Jack.
I know that, but considering what Disney did or didn't do in this case, I would think that anybody would be done.
I mean, I understand that, but like they're developing a Pirates of the Caribbean film, but like
Glitzville's seamy underside was a dark, dangerous place, seething with.
And honestly, I get what you're saying. It's just that. Where's this?
With the help of the lovely Miss
How are you
Jolene,
shooting at me?
Mario revealed Grubba's true identity and acquired the third crystal star by defeating the monstrous Macho Grubba.
The first Grubba asked him to defeat the Powerpuff Girls. Wait a minute.
Yeah, Roiland. Yeah, the Roiland investigation and turned up a total of jack squat apparently, or at least nothing that was. Where do you guys keep coming from? Apparently nothing that was actionable. Oh, much like the fucking the investigation into the Rammstein guy, because apparently somebody accused him of some kind of sexual issues too.
Well, seeing as we're nearly 4 hours in, like last time I streamed this game, I think I'm gonna call it for the night.
Yeah.
So next time on Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, we will continue on one of the longest chapters of the game, in Chapter 4. And next week, I will be continuing Pokemon Emerald, so look forward to that.
Oh, yeah?
In the meantime, on Friday, we will be doing... what was the name of the movie again?
The Far East of Eden movie.
Far East of Eden.
The Far East of Eden OVAs. Together they make a movie.
And Saturday, we will be finally delving into My Hero Academia through... 2 Heroes. The first of 3 films. So look forward to that.
Are allegedly enemies nearby.
Alex, what are you doing next week?
I believe I'm back to Pokemon.
Crystal, yes.
Yeah, trying to finish up and beat Red.
Well, you gotta make sure you grind up before that.
AKA me from the past.
Anyway, so... Toodles!
Bubba.
There we go. There's more.